Is it the Jeopardy theme song? Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, Price is Right. That's what it's.
No,
Bum,
yeah.
bum,
Dun,
ba-dum.
dun, dun.
I need to wear a T-shirt that says "Pick Me."
Pick me, pick me, pick me. All right, I think we're live. I'm going to double check that I'm streaming to the correct
Yep. I'll
channel.
pull it up, too.
You're
Guys,
not.
it was the official first day of the season for us over at the post office, and
Oh, was
12-hour day. We're looking
Yeah,
good.
you just got off like a couple hours ago, didn't you?
Dude, are you
like
serious?
an hour and a half ago, yeah.
Oh man, just take a nap. Me and Russell will run it. Just take a nap, man. We're good. We're good.
That's a terrible idea.
So today was my last day at my job.
Oh, really? Holy shit.
Yeah. Did I not tell you I got
No.
a new job? Okay, so I got a new job.
What a shitty friend.
I go to work for a company in Atlanta, but I'll be working remotely. The pay is a lot more than what I was making before.
Oh, I think you'd mentioned you were looking at it. I hadn't heard if you got it or not.
Oh yeah, because I had two options. They
Yes.
both came back and they were like, "Hey, we'll offer you this much money and this much money to move," and then the other one was like, "Hey, we really want you, so we'll match what the other company was offering me to move, and you can just stay where you're at. We need you remote."
That
And
sounds like a no-brainer.
I'm like, okay, like, I mean, it's like, so they're paying me $100,000 a year with a $10,000 bonus for meeting my hourly quota.
Hell yeah, dude.
So I was like, yeah, okay, you do that.
stay home?
I'm with you. Like, it was funny because they called and they were like, hey, this is what they can come in at, and I was like, you got me. And they're like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, like, you don't have to ask me again. Like, I'm positive. So I start that Monday. So today was my last day, but there wasn't anything going on because it was the Friday after Thanksgiving. So there was literally I got 3 emails today.
That's it?
That's it.
Jesus, dude.
Well,
What a
nobody's
nice
working, right?
last
Nobody's
day.
working today.
No.
Nobody's working today.
Yeah.
Well, and that was kind of
Yeah,
the plan
no
because I
one's
was the only
working
one
today.
there. I was just kind of there covering just in case something came in that needed to be handled or moved over, but everybody else on my team was off today. Anyway, that's the end.
So that's what Gator looks like from Sin Media. Have you never seen Gator? That sucks to be you. I see him all the time in my dreams.
Mm-hmm. That is a sexy man right there.
Seriously, dude. Gator, I
you
don't know
very
about
much.
you, but I would lick your face.
Ooh.
I'd lick everything.
Now I'm really red.
Hell yeah.
No, I was wearing my Star Wars shirt tonight.
Oh, I like that.
My daughter got this for me last Christmas. You can't see it all because he's eating that ramen out of a
Stand up
helmet.
higher. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
He's eating ramen out of a stormtrooper helmet. I thought that
That's
was cool.
awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
What are you wearing, Fud? You're wearing a Colorado shirt.
Yeah, just a Colorado shirt. Yeah. And sweatpants.
Well, Russell, what's that insignia on your T-shirt?
I am wearing. My lovely wife got me this. This is from Loki.
Nice.
Nice. The time police people, the time variance authority. I forgot what they were called for a second.
TVA, yeah,
and then on the back it says variant.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, damn,
Dude, I
want
love that.
shirt. Oh man, I'm jealous.
Your wife is amazing.
She is. She is. I think she got me this for my birthday.
I told
one of my birthday gifts.
I told Lisa the other day. I said, "Hey, if you ever die, I think I'm just going to marry Russell's wife."
Hey, you can just marry me, and then we can be in a throuple.
That's fine. Yeah, that actually sounds like a. Hey, babe.
That's very Colorado.
Oh yeah.
That sounds very Colorado.
I'd move to Texas for a throuple. That sounds nice.
We're planning on buying a house in the next year, so I'll make sure that we have an extra bedroom for you.
We don't need an extra bedroom. We're a throuple. We just share it. We
That's
just get
right.
a bigger bed.
That's right. Well, then what we'll get is a bed that is just an entire bedroom.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It is already it's already part of my dream board. I'm like, I have
so much room for activities.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, look, and then too, if you get mad, like, there's no reason to go sleep on the couch because you can just be like, you sleep on the other side of the room. We'll do a pillow fort. We'll put you inside. I don't know how that's a punishment, but
That sounds, yeah. I'll be in trouble all the time.
because you're naughty.
That's true, I am. What are you going to do about it?
If this wasn't a kid show, I'd tell you.
It's not a kid show.
kid
It's
show?
actually
Oh, right.
very much to quite the opposite, actually.
Right. Yeah, well, sometimes I forget. I mean, we're just so kid-friendly all the time.
Hey, Russell, I have an announcement for you tonight, actually.
Are you having another kid?
No.
Okay.
No, never. No. We're Dunskies.
Did you have the old snipperoo?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Well, you never
I'm
know.
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're welcome, everybody.
It's for later in the show. All right. Do we want to start?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Gator.
Yes, sir.
I definitely want to do like when I say welcome to Just Some Guardians, like I'll say just some, and then you drop in with that Guardian Downcast, okay?
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Past that, that's all the planning I have, brother. Welcome to our show.
Yeah.
Right.
No, this is
good.
We don't write
This is more
shit
planning
down.
than we normally have.
Shit, ours isn't that scripted.
Free.
It's not that.
I had to do your show one time. That was so scripted.
That bad. I mean,
That's because they had to anticipate the chaos that you bring.
That's true.
yeah, we have to have guideposts somewhere in the show.
Do you know
We'd
that
have another 5 hour. We'd have another 5 hour podcast. Oh wait,
You got to maintain that T for teen rating.
no, it's definitely mature. 17 plus.
Guardian
It is
Downcast? It's in the game.
Exactly.
All right, ready when you are, Russ.
Oh, yeah. I will do the thing. Let me make sure I'm not being chased by a serpent anymore.
What episode number is this for you, Gator?
123.
123. All right.
Good. I was really hoping you weren't going to ask me because I was like,
111, Russ, for us.
111.
triple ones.
111.
Yeah.
Hey, we never did a game show.
Yeah, we have not. Well, it was going to be the last one, but we had the book club scheduled.
Ah.
Episode 4.
And then, holiday season started, so I could not put together a game.
When is the next one? When is the next book club?
I will hopefully probably not till after the holidays. Well, no, I
Okay,
can.
so we haven't decided.
So
and
I'll probably
what do we
post-
need to have covered?
So I'll put up a post probably in the next week or so with so you give me a book that you want, and then we'll do the same thing where we all put a book up and then people vote on it.
Did we already do Ready Player One? So we did the whole thing?
Yeah, we did the whole thing. Yeah, me and Laz did it last week.
Hey, I like that book.
I know, it was really good.
We should anyway. I'll post in the book club. I'm thinking Lies of Loch Lamora because that's a
Ooh, yeah.
yeah.
All right,
It's a good
let's do this.
series. Okay. Or The Eye of the World.
Yeah, go ahead and do your vocal warm-ups here, Gator. This is an important part of our show.
Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Yes, sir. Woo. Let's do this.
Let's get it done, baby.
Folks, sometimes you choose an outfit for a wedding and then tragedy strikes.
Oh, no.
Your child vomits all over the outfit. Those gosh darn veggie sticks again. Whatever will you replace your amazing plaid tuxedo with? Why, a shirt from HeShirtSheShirt.com, of course. But guys, do they sell tuxedos at HeShirt? Well, no, but they do sell amazing shirts that will generate much more conversation than that silly old tuxedo. Or that hooker you brought. We don't talk about that, sorry. But you could get a hooker on a shirt from HeShirtSheShirt because that's just how amazing the folks at HeShirtSheShirt are. And if you're thinking that what we're thinking, which is, hey, is this ad making the reader say HeShirtSheShirt more times than necessary? Yes, it is. Mwahahahahaha. Anyways, hop on over to HeShirtSheShirt.com and use the code JSGcast to get 10% off your order and support the most amazing podcast in this cosmos. And please remember, like a good neighbor, you plotted against me.
Hell yeah. Thank you for that ad, Laz, who wrote that about 20 minutes ago. You are a real just hunk of man. And also for all of you out there, welcome to episode 111 of Just Some
Guardian Downcast.
Huh! What? Just Some Guardian Downcast. Are you telling me to my face this is a joint show tonight?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. Here at this joint show tonight, folks. Hi, it's me. It's ELMMMERFUDD, right? I'm the host here from JSG. The host from Guardian Downcast. Gator, give it to the people.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Gator from Guardian Downcast. Hazel would have been here tonight, but his little girl has been sick for 2 weeks, and he finally got it. Poor guy. He tried. He really tried to come on the show tonight, but just was hitting him too hard. So medicated and all and stuff.
He could have held a trash can just right here.
Yeah.
You know, and okay, keep talking.
That'd be fine.
Yeah, I tried, but hey, it's okay. I feel like I'm missing an arm tonight, but I'll do my best.
Well, it is. It's kind of off camera. We only see one arm on the camera.
Yeah. See?
Yeah,
I'm
you are missing
arm.
an arm. Yeah.
See?
Oh, well, I thought we were talking about your penis. But okay.
Oh my God, you lost your penis?
No, that's intact.
Isn't he your penis?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Really? I feel like he's the erection your show needs. You know what I mean?
He's Hazel.
Elmer's my erection.
Yes, he's Hazel.
That's true. That's true.
He's a quality all unto himself.
And joining me here, folks, on our side here, the soundboard's being weird, so it's the effervescent Russell. Really sexual tonight. I'm kind of into this.
I don't know. I don't know, man. You just bring it out in me, both
That's
of you.
true.
I mean,
Hell
just,
yeah.
I just wanna cuddle in your guys' arms.
That's fine. I'll get on a plane. Well, how are you doing, Russ?
I am great. I am just. It's been a good day. I'm excited for my new job starting, and I've been playing God of War. So,
dude, that's a great day. Are you playing it on the PS5?
Yeah.
How's it running on that?
Really well. I mean, they talked about some frame rate drops if you're running in like the new, like the mode that's specifically designed for PS5. I haven't experienced anything like that. I don't know if they did a patch or anything. This was mentioned when it first came out, so I'm not sure if it's still a thing or not. But I've been having a ton of fun. I mean, God of War is just a beautiful game. And so I've enjoyed replaying it. I haven't replayed it since it first came out. And I'm exploring a lot more. Like in the first one, I did explore a lot, but this time I'm like, I know what powers are coming up and what they unlock, so I know what to look for and be like, oh yeah, I can do this puzzle, or no, I can't do this puzzle yet. But dang, it's just as good as I remember.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, there is a troll just hanging out. Like there's just this little island that's like this big, and this troll is just right there.
Here we go, Russell gaming while we're podcasting again.
I won't be for very long.
Here we go.
I just need to get to my ship. I accidentally killed a Lox because I tried to swim across a channel, and it died.
Kratos, so if you're listening right now, I need you to go ahead and turn your own game off.
It's Valheim, actually.
Val, if anyone out there playing Valheim, Clear Night, turn PvP on the server. And
No. I'm just going to get over to where my stuff is, and then I'll be done. I'm just sailing right now, so I don't need to pay attention too much. Except when I see Serpent.
Well, you need to pay attention to this because this is the most important part of this episode right here. Is how are you, Gator, and what's new with you, brother?
Doing good, man. Doing real good. Yeah, I'm used to Hazel playing Destiny while we're podcasting, so I'm very used to this.
I'm glad he's sick.
No. Yeah, who's gonna read the TWAB tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. But no, I've been doing good. I've been actually what I did today. I had some time off, and I worked on unlocking the rest of Stasis for my Hunter and my Titan today, and I felt like I accomplished something today.
Nice,
man, the hoops they make you jump through to get Stasis unlocked. I mean, it literally, man. It's step 2 of 5 times 5 or 6 different times to unlock everything. I'm like, it's done. Even though they're nerfing the hell out of it next season, I don't care. It's unlocked. It's done. So now I can
Yeah.
say I did it. So
One of those
But,
checklist things.
yeah, it's exactly it. It was on my mind and finally got it done.
Yes, Russell.
I have a question.
He had his hand up and
I
everything.
prepared
It was
for this.
adorable.
God.
So stasis. Stasis is the new abilities.
It's the new darkness subclass. There's
Okay.
only one. There's 3 light subclasses. You know, arc,
Right.
solar, and void, and then you can switch over to one of the darkness subclasses. And this was a big contention point, if that's a word.
It is.
But with the community and the devs, because I said before Beyond Light came out that this is going to suck in PvP. No one's going to want to freeze people and sit there and watch people shoot you or punch you or whatever. And sure enough, nobody likes stasis in the Crucible. It's great to use in PvE, but player against player, it's no fun. And they've nerfed it, and now they're going to nerf it some more. So it's frustrating to use in the Crucible.
Because this came out with Beyond Light, right? Where you
Yes.
had these darkness abilities. So you have to unlock it. So is it kind of like when you're doing like the exotic, when you're trying to get an exotic weapon where you have to meet certain criteria in Crucible and in PvE and in different places to unlock it?
I tell you, the one thing I love about Stasis is they've done a new 3.0 system where it's the UI, the user interface is so streamlined now versus these preset trees with the light subclasses.
Mm-hmm.
You have all kinds of flexibility now with the Stasis
That's cool.
subclasses. And
Yeah.
what's nice is in Witch Queen, the next major DLC, which comes out 2/22/22, it is that's
Yeah,
when
soon.
they're gonna switch the Void subclass over to that 3.0 version, which I cannot wait.
Oh, really?
I love Void. I'm a Void Walker Warlock. That's my main. So
Yeah, Void
I
is.
played
Yeah,
that
that's what I
really
did as well.
aesthetically pleasing. Yeah.
I love Blink. I love blinking over people, especially shotgunners, and doing a 360 and knocking them out. Yeah,
I was never that good.
that's what I
But
see in my I see that in my dreams. It never happens that way.
The thing that I liked about is the Nova Blast. I also did the Stormcaller one though, because being able to float and just throw lightning out like the Emperor.
The Chaos
I mean,
Reach. You talking about the
man.
Chaos Reach? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love doing that one
Yeah.
too.
Set it all on fire.
It's been a while since I played though.
That's all I ever
been a
did.
long time.
If it wasn't on fire, I wasn't interested.
You know, and right before I stopped playing, I switched over to the Sentinel. Their survivability, because I get hit a lot, and I am really bad at that game.
You
And
were,
being
you
able
were
to
getting
take
pretty
stuff.
good at it, man.
There
I
was
still have
a
some
minute.
videos of us doing the what was it, that the Valentine Duos event, and we were like destroying
Valentine doubles.
people, man. It was awesome.
There was a minute where I played it every day for hours a day because the job that I had was just there wasn't a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I had time to sit there and I would play every day, and that was for a couple of months. And I got decent, but it's been a long time.
Oh yeah.
I also used to be good at Call of Duty, but that
Yeah, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. That's where I came from. Everyone's talking about Halo, and I know you guys are big into Halo, but I was never a Halo fan. I played the campaigns.
Have you played Infinite yet?
No, not yet. I don't have an Xbox, and I don't have. I got rid of my Xbox Live because I just wasn't using it. I played,
sure.
dude. I just play Destiny.
Oh god damn it! It's on Steam though. It's free.
and it's on Steam. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah, it's free,
that
my man.
changed it.
Jump
I'm
in.
gonna have to play. I'm gonna have to play now. At least check it out. At least check it out.
it looks really good from what I've seen.
It
Like the
plays
grapple,
really good.
Oh, yeah.
like it kind of feels like, because when I saw the grapple, I was like, oh, that's something they have in the most recent Doom, but the way they've implemented it as like it's an extra thing, like you have a repulsor blast, you seem to have these different abilities, but the grappling looks really cool, and
yeah.
having it in multiplayer to like zoom in on somebody, like I was like, it was like a tips and tricks on things that the game doesn't tell you. Like you can grapple onto vehicles as they're coming towards you and then hijack the vehicle.
Oh yeah.
So he was talking about the most fun thing to do is hijack the driver's seat so that you have somebody still in the turret and then drive it off a cliff and then grapple onto the cliff and get out of Dodge while you just killed a whole bunch of people in one vehicle.
It'd be better if you could grapple onto the vehicle, stab the guy, throw him out, and then hop in it. That would be awesome.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
you
what
can
you
do.
can do.
That's exactly what
You
you
can do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
if they're
Hell yeah.
flying, if they're
All right, I
driving,
gotta
my friend Reeb, who's been on this show many a time,
Oh, yeah,
he has this
yeah.
awesome clip where he got there's like this giant hole in the middle of the map, and
Mm-hmm.
this vehicle is coming up, so he jumps off and like starts falling in, and he grapples to the vehicle. Winds up in
Yeah.
the gunner seat, rips the guy out of the gunner seat. The other dude, the driver jumps out. He shoots him, takes over the truck, drives off. Someone else
love it.
from the other team gets in the gunner seat. So he drives it off into the hole. And then before it registers him dying, he grapples himself out of the
Grapples
hole
out.
and just
Yeah.
kills that guy. I was like, let's go.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
It feels,
Yeah,
I
gotta
think,
try it.
I streamed it, I think last week. And,
Oh, man, really?
Yeah, dude. You got to check the Discord, Russ. We got groups going.
I know. I'm terrible at that.
But I think like 7 or 8 times out loud, I was like, this feels like how I remember Halo being. Because if you go back and play old school
Yeah.
Halo, it does not feel like you remember it. But
Really?
yeah, oh my God, it's so slow. Time to
rough.
kill is awful. You just, because you can only like slightly jog everywhere until
Yeah,
I think
you're real slow.
Movement's
I
much
think it's
better
like-
in the Infinite one? Is that what you're saying? It's better?
Yeah.
The movement's
it's way
better in the new game?
Oh yeah, everyone just
Okay.
you have a sprint. You know all the
Okay.
basic first-person shooter stuff now. So
Okay.
you know it just it looks gorgeous. It plays amazing. I haven't had any real issues. It's so much fun.
I just have one question about Halo.
Yeah.
You have this rifle called a battle rifle. It's got a nice, beautiful scope on it, but all you can do is hip fire with it. This is
You
what I
can
always
look
hated
down the
about
scope
Halo.
with it.
You can?
Yeah, you always have been able
Yeah.
to.
Now?
I
Yeah.
mean, everybody I see playing it, whether it's Dr. Disrespect or Lupo or whoever, they're all hip firing with the damn thing. So I don't understand.
Well, I mean, because
So-
you can like hip fire's really always been pretty strong in Halo.
Really accurate?
Yeah,
Right, okay.
very accurate. Yeah, so if you can line up those
Okay.
headshots and just, bloop, it's a
Okay.
lot quicker than aiming down sights. But you can.
The scope is more to zoom in a little bit
Yeah,
and get an
right.
extra, thing. Hip firing has always been a thing in Halo. I do think that they introduced like the iron sight kind of thing, like with Call of
Oh,
Duty,
okay.
like later. I think that
Okay.
that ended up being like 5 or something like that,
Wasn't the
because
Halo
that's
Reach?
also when
Yeah,
they
that
had
was
the
I think
vault.
Reach did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reach
Yeah, 'cause see-
didn't.
see,
Because I
'cause
just
the
recently
early-
played it.
Oh,
The
did you
early
recently play that?
versions-
Okay.
The early versions, I played Halo 2 with my son, and he had an Xbox, and I said, "Son, I can't aim down the sight. What's up with this?" He goes, "Dad, just use the crosshair." I'm like, "What? Use the crosshair?
Mhm.
Use something imposed on the screen instead of a sight? Come on, what's going on here?"
The future,
said,
Gator.
Pass.
The future.
I said, "No, I'm going back to Call of Duty. I'm good."
But
That's
no,
what I did.
Dr. Shrimpley in
But
chat
if-
brings up a good point. When you get hit, it knocks you out of ADS. That's why a lot of people don't even ADS.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
It's
Oh, that's
very,
flinch.
yeah, it definitely sucks. You're like, no, I want tip. No, I want to hit. Nope. Ah. It's really hard to get over that at first.
Forget
Going
that.
from Call of
That's why.
Duty or Destiny
Yes.
to Halo is a very different experience.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Okay.
there isn't like you can, but it's weird. Halo was never geared towards that. It was always geared towards the hip fire, which makes the kill to death ratio higher. Yeah,
Yeah,
or the
well,
time to kill.
Yeah.
Well, the
'Cause
maps
you're
are
not
small
having
too, aren't they? The maps are pretty small.
Depends.
For the most
Depends
part.
on the map.
They're pretty normal, like arena shooter size. Then you have
gotcha.
your big game or your big war. What is it called? I can't remember what they call it.
Team battles.
Something like that, yeah. And those maps are pretty big, but that's got a ton of people on it, so you usually are still having the same
And lots of
length
vehicles.
engagements. Yeah, lots of vehicles too, and really cool objective. Being able to Russell, can I tell you something?
Yeah. Tell me.
Do you know how long it's been? And me and you have talked about this many a time on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting down to play capture the flag in a game.
Oh yeah.
No one does capture the flag anymore, and that was the game type forever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we played capture the flag the other night in Halo, and I was like, "Oh dear God, I miss this." It was
Yeah.
so much fun grabbing the flag, getting it back. One of your flag carriers be running, they get down, you grapple the flag over to you in your hands, and you start running off or jumping a vehicle, or just all over the place. And the call outs, you're on offense, you're on defense, they're coming to the flag. Oh, it was just like so much nostalgia.
So something else I learned, just a little tip for you. You can
Yeah.
put the flag onto a vehicle.
I did just see that, yeah.
But it'll ping as you're moving if you put it onto the vehicle. If you just jump on top of the vehicle, though, and the vehicle moves, but technically you're not, it doesn't register you as moving, so it won't ping where the flag is.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's really interesting, actually. But yeah, dude, it's been a ton of fun. Russ, you gotta just make sure to check it out, man. We got hopefully a ton this next week. We've had some pretty big nights with people I haven't seen in a long time, dude. I mean, like I jumped in the other night. It was Runga, Det Ben Malone, Xanafan 711, like
Wow.
Oh yeah,
like all those
guys.
people from way back when, you know.
yeah.
And then, you know, obviously like Reeb and Sumbode and Death and everyone, you know, like we were just it was 12 of us playing Halo at the same time. And we're like, this is incredible. When's the last time you had to play a game with 11 of your friends?
Yeah. Been a while.
It's been a while.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Me
It was
too.
so much. It was just all of us were grinning and laughing the whole time. You know how they say, I wish I knew it was in the good times when we were in them. Like you just knew, like we're in a good time right now.
Right.
We talked about that last week, how there's so many shooters right now competing for everyone's attention. It's not just Destiny anymore. It's you got Halo, you got a bunch of military shooters out there. You
Well, it's
got
never been
Vanguard.
just Destiny. You just only pay attention to that.
I
I was laughing at your list. You're all talking about these brand new games. You're like in Destiny. I'm like, that's not a new game.
know I got the perfect soundbite last week. Hazel goes, wait a minute, hold on. Dude, I just played Destiny.
Yes, that was so good.
I've locked that one in for the year-end show. That's
Oh
gonna be a
my
good
god!
soundbite.
And you
Hey,
like
do you-
randomly said hi to me halfway through the show. I was like, wait, what the hell just happened?
I'm always talking to you, Fudd. I'm always talking
It
to you.
scares
especially
me when I'm
about
on
the
my
weather.
route.
Especially on the weather.
Dude, seriously, Russ, I'm just walking, delivering mail. They're like mid-conversation.
I'm
He
like,
goes,
"Do you hear
by
me,
the
Mr.
way,
Fudd?"
do you hear me, Fudd? I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Are you around me right now?
Don't deliver to that house. There's a dog. There's a
Yeah,
dog.
no,
Don't
do
deliver
that,
one.
please. Yeah, look out behind you,
God.
Fudd.
That would
You see
freak
Gator just peeking out from behind blinds.
It's the
He's
neighbor.
in a
Hey,
bush.
Home Improvement.
Do you guys mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, go for
I
it.
mean, we interview content creators, and Russell hasn't been here, and when we did the game show, of course, but I never really had the time to sit down with it, and just a few questions. I won't hijack the show here, but
Yeah, go for it. It's a mix. It's a joint show.
Like
first
we have
thing-
anything planned anyway.
Yeah, come on.
Well, no,
Give us content,
no,
please.
No, I had a few things planned. I mean, I wanted to stick to some part of our show that we do, and the first thing, Russell, is where are you from, and what do you do, man? I never got that from you.
Oh, sure. So I am from Alabama originally, but I've been everywhere.
Truth.
I lived in Las Vegas, Colorado, and then I moved to Alabama, moved up to Utah. I was in Samoa for a little bit, and then moved down to Texas. And
So you're in Texas now.
I'm in Texas now. I love it. I love Texas. Like it's funny because people always give Texas a hard time because people from here are like, yeah, Texas.
Oh, yeah.
It's legitimately awesome. Yeah, I mean, like I enjoy it. There's just the people, especially San Antonio. Like Austin gets a little bit like Boulder, if you know Colorado.
Oh,
where
God.
it's a whole different place. Dallas is something else entirely, but San Antonio is so chill.
My brother was born there. Yeah.
Oh man, it's chill. It's a huge city. It's like it's definitely in the top 10. I think it's in the top 5, but it doesn't feel like it. Like it's just kind of laid back. I love. But what do I do? I've worked in EMRs for a long time. So I've worked in electronic medical records, everything from implementation to support to some stuff on the back end. Right. My new job, I'm actually moving into implementation for a different kind of software. I'm working with, it's like a financial software for utilities. So I'll be doing some implementation, training people on how to use the software, and then also some database building for them. And that's what I do. I have software. I work in software as an analyst.
Cool deal.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. How did you guys start this podcast? What was the beginning, the nucleus of this podcast?
Well, Russ, if I recall correctly,
Oh shit!
you know,
What'd I
one
do
day
here?
we woke up in each other's arms. We made eye contact like we normally do. You know, had to make,
I stroked his beard.
yeah.
I actually stroked
Why-
his
why
clean
you
shaven
have to?
cheek.
What?
Yeah, because
Okay.
this was before he had the beard.
No,
Okay.
I had the beard then.
It was a joke.
Yeah, I was but a
bought it.
Just
wee
go.
babe.
I
I was
bought
but a
it.
wee babe when we started this podcast.
Okay.
Without the beard, you're right. Yes, I was 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
In each other's arms. And
Uh,
what happened then, Russ?
I looked deeply into his eyes.
Yeah.
I grabbed him because by this point I stroked his clean shaven his face, and that's when the beard actually grew.
You activated it.
He
So then
activated it, yeah.
I grabbed him by the beard and I said, Brett, I never want this to end. I want to talk to you every day. And we were like, well, we can't do every day. We're married. We have families. You know, we got work. So we're like, well, we can do once a week. And so
You guys have been lifelong friends. I mean, how long does it go back?
We met
high school.
high school, right?
High school friends. Man, that's rare.
Freshman high school, yeah.
That is so rare these days to still be friends with your high school buddies.
Trust me, I know. It's a struggle.
yeah, no, I'm surprised that we're still friends personally.
No, I mean
but,
everybody
you know,
goes away and does their own thing. You know, most people leave town.
Well, that's the interesting part of the story, actually.
Well, and I did.
Is he did literally, abandoned me in my hour of need.
Whatever.
So that's the beauty thing of modern day, era, technology, gaming, everything, is, we graduate everything, we all went our separate ways. Russ moved back to Alabama, started, getting his life going over there. And we didn't really talk for a while after graduation. And
We went,
here
we
and
talked
there.
periodically, like
Yeah.
on Facebook and stuff like that.
Hey,
when
what's
one of
going
us was
on?
bored.
What's new? Yeah.
We were both security guards. In fact, he was one of the
That's right.
reasons that I started being a security guard, because he was like, hey, I work at Securitas, and I was working at fast food at the time, and I was like, this sucks.
I was like, hey, get this
Yeah.
gig.
Yeah.
That's right. So then we would text during our shifts and stuff. But there was a period there where we didn't talk for a while. And it was Destiny 1. I think it was towards the end actually of Destiny 1. Okay. I'd posted on Facebook, like a screenshot of, I think it was like the Black Garden or something. And Russ commented on it and he's like, oh my gosh, I have Destiny also.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, yeah, let's get together and play sometime. Yeah. And so we got together and ran a bunch of strikes one night, and that was the first time we'd sat down and talked in probably 4 years. Wow. Right?
It had been a
It'd
while,
been a
because I had
long time.
moved, because I got the invite to his wedding and everything like that. I was on my mission, so I wasn't ever actually able to go. I was on a church mission, so I was out of the country.
Gotcha.
And
That's what he tells me, at least.
yeah.
Real
And
piece of
then I had moved to Utah. I tried to date a girl, and then I had finally moved to Texas, and I didn't have any friends. I didn't know anybody here when I moved to Texas.
Sure.
And I was by myself, so I just moved down here. And the first thing I bought was a TV and a PS4.
Nice.
And I got the Destiny edition.
Nice.
I had got the PS4 specifically for Shadow of Mordor. And
Good game. I played it.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yep.
And those were the big ones. And I think The Witcher 3 hadn't come out yet.
Damn, I think you're right. I
And
feel like
JSG
that's
was
been out
born.
forever.
Well, so it was actually funny. So Brett had started the podcast with another friend of ours, Nick.
Okay.
And they did
One episode.
One episode.
Yeah, one episode.
One?
Yeah.
We had so we were but when Destiny 2 was getting ready to launch, we were eating up content trying to figure out because again, I think I mentioned this plenty of times before, but none of us knew the Destiny community existed. It's like when everyone's always like, oh yeah, Derp fam, all this stuff, Destiny 1, Sherpa teams and all, the 100.io, all that stuff. We had no idea any of that existed.
Right.
We just had our group of friends. That's all we played with. So when Destiny 2 was launching, we're like, hey, we really want to know what's going on with this game. And so that's actually when I discovered that podcasting was even a thing, looking up information on it. Wow. And I was like, oh my God, this is a really cool, form of media. And so I think it was as Destiny 2 launched, we just super got into it and we're like, well, maybe we should just do it. We're playing about it. We're talking about it all the time when we're playing. I'm sure a lot of podcasts out there start. We were having really in-depth discussions about stuff that was coming up in the game. How we were enjoying the game. How different content here and there. So well, let's just record it and make a podcast. And so we started live streaming directly from the PS4 to Twitch with our little Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah,
audio quality was awful. But yeah, me and Nick did one episode that got lost. I was editing it. It was my first time editing something, and my computer already sucked horribly. It was on the back end of its life. And editing the podcast, literally, I'm using the word literally correctly here, set the computer on fire.
Oh my God.
Legit flames.
Wow.
So that was lost for all time. And so, and then we got to, it was like episode 2. We rebranded because we found out the name we had was already taken. Like everything about the show had changed between episode 1 and 2. And that's when Russell came in for episode 2. And it was just like, it was obviously because we've known each other so long. It was a perfect fit. We had really good, repertoire, and went forward from there every episode forward. And then, eventually, fell out of Destiny. We went, what? It's our show. We can make it whatever we want, and just went into what every aspect of nerdom and gaming and nostalgia. And anything I missed there, Russ?
Well, so I'm curious because what was the discussion that took place beforehand to be like, oh yeah, hey, let's include Russ to this?
Well, because Nick couldn't record because we were wanting to do it every week. And we'd sit down, and at the time, I think Izzy had just been born or something. No, she's a lot older than this podcast. Never mind.
Yeah.
Was it Ethan then?
No, Ethan was born after.
No.
But I think that you would. I think he had just recently, or you had just recently found out that Lisa was pregnant.
There was some reason that I had to really plan when we did the podcast. We'd already said that we were going to do the second episode, and then Nick couldn't come, and it was you and Luthien. That's right. And I was like, oh, well, they're in the clan. We were sitting there talking. I'm like, hey, do you guys want to jump in and do this episode?
Oh, that's right. Because it was kind of a last minute thing.
Yeah. As we do everything. And that's been part of the course ever since, but yeah, so it was one of those, I don't want to be alone. I'm already talking to you guys. Let's just do this. And it worked out for the best.
Here you are, 111 later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus a lot of missing, I heard.
Well, yeah. There was that whole year that we,
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it has not been super consistent.
This should be episode 167 or something like that.
Wow.
If we hadn't stopped if we hadn't not recorded for that whole year, it would be 160 something right now.
Oh my gosh, we'd be up there with the Potato Thumbs gang.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, man, we were right on their tail until
you were right there with them.
We forgot the podcast existed.
Well, okay, I'll end with this question.
Yeah.
I was talking with Generation X Gaming Podcast last week. Great guys.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're all my age, so they're we all talk the same language. And I asked them this question. I'm curious what you guys are going to say. Podcasting. This is kind of, it's not new, but it's kind of become the thing to do. Like the media that's up and coming pretty quick. I mean, podcasting is crazy now. I mean, look at Rogan. He's getting millions of dollars, and Adam Carolla started it back in 2004, I think. Where do you think we're going with this? Where do you think podcasting is going to go? Can it only get bigger? Is it a fad? Is it going to wear out? Don't tell me. None of you guys. Everything's cool, but I mean, where do you think we're going with this? I mean, is it going to become more of a national thing? Is it going to be taken over by all the big companies? Just curious.
What do you think, Russ? Why don't you take us off on this one?
I don't know. I think podcasting. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to be taken over by big companies. I mean, it's kind of like Twitch. I mean, you'll always have individuals who are popular, right? I mean, that's kind of the nature of it. I mean, you'll definitely have people that become personalities that the companies will want to sponsor and be a part of. I mean, that's just the nature of it. I mean, I believe anyway. But I think that you'll always have individuals, and I mean, it's kind of like I mean, you think about it in the terms of a radio, right? You had personalities that became big because of their personality, and then you had stations that would pick them up and encourage them to go certain ways and do certain things. But it was always the personality and the person. I mean, Howard Stern, right? I mean, he
Yeah.
was kind of his own thing and did whatever the heck he wanted, and people are like, "Well, he's so popular." Meh. I think I mean, the nature of things is that things always evolve. So eventually, I'm sure there will be some kind of technology or something like that that pushes it further. Again, going back to the radio, right? You had the radio, and now you have podcasts. Things are displayed over the internet, but I mean, it's also essentially the same thing that was in the radio days, where you have personalities that come on, that interview, they do questions, they talk about things that they're passionate about, or they play music. I mean, it just kind of depends, but I think it'll always be around in some form. The technology will change, of course. I don't know. Someday maybe it'll be streamed directly into your brain, and you'll just go, "Oh, that was a good podcast," instead of having to listen to it for an hour. I don't know. But I think, I think people are always. I think people crave communication.
Yeah.
And conversation. And there's always I don't really like silence. Like when I'm working, I'm watching TV, I'm listening to something, I want something in the background. I don't like it when it's quiet. Like that's one of the things that I hated about working from an office, is that I can't have something on in the background that I can work to.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so I think there'll always be that draw. I think it'll always be a thing where people want and people are passionate about things. I mean, Destiny, video games, whatever. I mean, people love to hear about people's opinions, and I think it's a conversation, right? That's the beauty of this kind of media. Now the cool thing about this is that we can communicate with people almost immediately.
Oh yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Whereas, you go back a couple of steps, let's go back to the radio again. That seems to be working. You would have to call in and be like, "Oh, hey," and then then you would have to wait and blah 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 blah. But
and
now
you'd
people
be there
can
for
just
30 seconds and you're gone.
Right. Yeah. And but now people can just communicate, and you can see, and we're not super busy, so it's easier for us to see everything that's going on in the chat and be able to respond to people, but and you get to participate in that conversation a lot more than you would 10 years ago. But I think... Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that I'm following along. The problem I have is trying to explain a podcast to people. Because, there's only... I think they said 20% of the nation, of the world, actually knows what a podcast is.
Really?
Isn't that jarring?
Most any kind of media, there's always going to be people that just have no idea.
No idea. But I mean, I have friends who have no clue what the hell a podcast is. They don't get it.
We give them your link and you go, "Learn away, brother."
I've done it. I've sent my link, and I don't know. Maybe they listen, maybe they don't. But it's the kind of thing where, there's a horse radio network right now. I mentioned this last week on our show. There's a network of horse shows for people who raise horses.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these guys are sponsored. They have advertising dollars. They're making a living doing it. Mm-hmm. About horses. Where on earth are you going to be able to go on the cable networks and find a horse show, maybe one, but have a whole network of shows about taking care of horses? I think that's where podcasters have the edge, is we can really hone our craft and really talk about specific things. And like you said, Russ, people are passionate about different things. That makes all the world a difference. And it shows. It shows people who are passionate.
It's the next evolutionary step, because people will be willing to pay to sponsor people that they like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
Because they don't have to do any of the production value. Mm-hmm. I mean, the cost of the production, we started on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Using the PlayStation Network.
And that was all super free, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... we have the ability now to where we don't, of course you can put more money into your production and it looks nicer and it behaves nicer and you can edit easier or whatever.
Yeah.
But anybody can do this, and that's kind of the beauty of it. It's the next evolutionary step, because it doesn't create any overhead for people. So they're willing, hey, we'd pay $1 million to have an advertisement spot on a radio, and we have to produce it. We have to we have to create this.
Yeah.
You have 1 million viewers. You throw out our name, boom.
We're done.
Yeah.
And that's, the companies that are growing, first of all, I mean, look at how many companies have just recently developed internet presences.
Yeah.
I mean,
social media.
And that's been around for a long time.
That's what my daughter does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And COVID is only pushing that forward. So it's gonna the communication, the ability to communicate from home, the ability to communicate in this kind of format is just getting pushed forward. I mean, it probably, I mean, COVID, as bad as it was, it probably pushed these kinds of technologies forward about 10 years because it was needed.
Oh yeah,
and it was needed immediately, and people were pouring money into these solutions.
Yeah,
I'm getting a little tangential.
No, I'm following. I'm following.
It's the next evolutionary step. Podcasting is the next evolutionary step because these commercial enterprises, they don't have to pour in the same kind of money that they do.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they say, hey, we'll sponsor you. You create a commercial, and people enjoy those more because they're listening to that person because they like the personality. That person's going to flavor it with their own personality, like we do with He Shirt, She Shirt, although that's mostly Laz, but it fits in with our personality of the show.
Kevin Conroy.
Right. I mean, that's just the way it is. Like there's no risk for them to go, hey, we'll give you $100.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
And you get 50 people doing that, and you're making $5,000 an episode.
It's possible to make a living at it. I mean, we don't.
100%. People do it. Yeah, absolutely.
But we do it. We do it because we love to do it. Me and Hazel. We're thinking about a Patreon channel, but we haven't really pulled the trigger on it yet. But
right.
We're almost there because there's people who want to support us.
Yeah, and people would absolutely do that.
And if it covers our hosting fees, that's all I care about.
Well, and that's the thing is it would be their choice to support you.
Yes,
you're not making it like, hey, if you want to listen to our show, you got to pay this monthly sub.
You can
like
create
a
bonus.
TV this or specific channels for this or whatever. It's just very the user friendly.
And you can create bonus content. You can create extra stuff for your Patreons. Or maybe have it released a week early or something. I know a lot of shows that do that. So there's ways you can really
incentivize.
Thank your Patreons. Yeah,
absolutely.
Special badges in the Discord, all kinds of different things you can do. Have you guys done that?
No.
Not yet? Okay.
No. We forgot the podcast existed for a year. We don't expect anyone to care about us.
I heard your story. You said, "Oh crap, I forgot to renew the podcasting for this."
No, I forgot to
renew
the podcast.
Not renewed. You said, "I guess we're podcasting."
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Shit.
I love that.
It was a weird rough year.
We do this specifically because for me, it's mostly because this is my opportunity to have a conversation with Brett.
Yeah.
And enjoy the community.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if we could make a monetary value off of it, sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would probably do it anyway, regardless, because I enjoy getting to talk with Brett and we just shoot the shit.
Well, it's one of those things like, you can sit down and game with people, and have some interesting conversations. But, me and Russ have talked about this many times is when you force yourself to this is your talking space. You're sitting here. Good night, bye-bye. Love you. Can I kiss?
It's cute.
Good night. Can you say good night to everybody? No. Okay, you can be shy. Can you close the door? I got a kiss. But yeah, so you sit down in this specific space, and it forces you to have those conversations you would have, but at another level. You can get more personal. Right. You can get deeper with it. You can bring someone into your raid group, whatever, to chat with, or you bring them into this and have either people that I never would be as close friends with that I am now, because we were able to sit like this, have a one-on-one for an hour, hour and a half, 5 hours, however long your show is, and just really get to know people. Like I listened to, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. If you don't listen to that podcast, highly recommend it.
Great show.
He brings it up all the time that he's talking to people on this podcast that he's had on his talk show,
right,
50 plus times. But it's always, here's so and so bit, talk about your book. You're there for 4 minutes and you're gone, and then you never talk to them again. And he's able to sit there
7 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. and
You
he's
get
able
two
to sit
7-minute
there,
segments. That's it. You're gone. You're
Yeah.
off the show.
and then he can sit
hear
there
you,
for an
man.
hour and a half and just. You going to bed too? Love you.
Right. I mean, like this is the beauty of it, right? Because anybody can do it, and I mean, you have a lot of these personalities that have started making this, and I mean, it's only going to bring more recognition to it. But that's the thing; it doesn't really cost anything. I mean, yeah, they already have tons of money, so they get a nice setup, and they get the nice microphones, and they get the nice
And
cameras.
that's with
Instant fans, instant advertisements.
Oh, shoot.
And that's
they're
anyone.
good.
You look at, TikTok, YouTube, any social media, you're going to have people that are, trying to grow organically. And then you'll always have, your celebrity that pops on is just already, big name, blue check mark, whatever, out of the gate. And that's fine.
Well, their work has already gone into creating their
putting their brand out. Exactly. 100%. They've already done it.
I mean,
so they're just,
they have teams that put their podcast together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have that. So we have to be creative, and we have to put maybe a little extra editing time or whatever in. So
yeah. Well, and that's the beauty of podcasting is like, there'll always be, every celebrity and their dog has a podcast now, but that hasn't, our numbers aren't dropping because someone, Simon Cowell, mentioned that he's doing a podcast.
No.
Like you said, there's a network for people that like raising horses. If you have an interest, you will find that and you will become a part of that community.
And as long as you're getting something from it. Yes.
Exactly. And most people that listen to podcasts have a lot of time. And so they're like, I listen to all sorts of shit throughout the week,
I do too.
And that's the beauty of it. And then, the ease of access as a user, the ease of access as a caster, even. And you look at was it Anchor, that it's, it's a free app. You could podcast from your phone, edit it on their app, post it from there, and it'll put it out to iTunes,
It's amazing, isn't
Spotify,
it?
all your stuff from your phone.
Oh, not to mention like 30, I think we're in like 40 countries around the world.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
just insane, dude.
And that's for free.
I mean, people
it's just,
in
boom, out there, you have a voice.
People in Israel are listening to us. I mean, it's like, what?
That reminds
people
me,
in Germany. Yeah.
Russell, that announcement I have for you.
Okay, go for it.
Are we number one in Egypt again?
Brother, we're back on the charts in Egypt. We made it back on the chart, baby.
Yes, but are you in Uzbekistan?
I don't know. We just care about Egypt here. We're the top 10 again, Russ.
Are you serious?
Top 10 gaming podcasts in Egypt. We're there again.
Hey, look, I'm just saying, if
did
we're
it.
top 10, and if there's anybody who wants us to fly out to Egypt,
We will do a live show at the pyramids.
Look, you say the word, we're there.
We're there.
That would be a dream
If you
come
pay
true.
for it, we're there.
Well, yeah.
You need like an oil chic or something.
You made a super great point earlier, Elmer, where you were talking about, you were talking about being able to consume it at a time that you choose.
Yes.
Right?
It's
And
not a
that's
scheduled radio show. Yeah, exactly.
Right. You can, you don't have to be on at that time. You can go, oh, I enjoy this. I'm going to add this episode to my list of things. Right. And I mean, Netflix, what it did for movies. I mean, you can sit down and you can binge movie after movie after movie after movie after movie. It is there at your fingertips. I mean, we're in the information age. And podcasting, that's where it's at, right? Because you can consume as much or as little as you want. Yep. And you set your schedule. Putting the control in the consumer's hands. I mean, that's why people are willing to pay on Patreon. They're willing to go, hey, I have $7. Let me throw $7 towards these guys because I enjoy their content.
Yeah, they're getting that much value out of it. Minimal that much value out of it. I mean, and yeah, I mean, I've listened to music while working, and Fudd, I'm like you. I'm walking around all day outside.
Yeah.
And I listen to music. I listen to audiobooks. But nothing is as engaging as a dialogue in a podcast.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Well, I've tried them all.
That's the beauty of it. Is you can just, there's days where I just want to listen to music, and I'm like, no, I'm not feeling a podcast.
Of course.
Or an audiobook, and there's days you just throw on your podcast and go. And there's days where I'm not feeling like any of the shows I'm subscribed to, and I do that, where I'm like,
happens to me.
Whatever, I'm into raising horses. Is there a podcast for that?
Right.
Like a couple weeks ago, I got really into this Egyptology podcast out of nowhere.
Nice.
I've always been super fascinated with ancient Egypt, and I was like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'm going to look this up because it's got to exist." And
is this another plug for Egypt?
Yeah, this is another plug for Egypt.
Oh,
yeah.
You got another listener. You got another listener.
It's a true story, but I'm also making sure to lay it into this episode. Yeah.
There you go, smart.
I think we have to say the word Egypt. But yeah, and it's just really fascinating stuff. There's guys that are really high up, in that line of work that are doing these shows and talking about stuff. It's just fascinating that
Yeah,
you
it
have,
is.
well, like YouTube rabbit holes. You can go into this rabbit hole of blue, blue, and next thing you know, you're looking at who knows
Like
what at
it's
3
12
a.m.
o'clock.
Yeah,
Holy
exactly. And you can do that with podcasting. If it's an
Yes.
interest, it exists, and people will listen to it.
Someone told me there's no such thing as long podcast, just boring podcast.
Yeah.
That's true.
You can, I mean, it was the longest podcast last week we ever had. It was 4 hours and 4.5 hours long. And I'm like, my God, no one's going to listen to this. We
I
had so
listened
much
to the
great
whole
feedback
thing.
from that.
Yeah.
But you know what though? I separated into timestamps so people could zip around and listen to what they wanted. But the conversations were so good, I couldn't edit it out. I couldn't cut it out. It was all engaging, and I figured, you know what? Last time they came on, I put it into 2 separate shows, and everyone was like, just put it on a show. Let us
Yeah,
listen to it.
we'll
I'm
listen.
like, fine. So I put it out this time. I had a double take when I saw the editing. When I was done editing it all, and I looked at it, it was over 4 hours. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But I tell people, podcasting is a radio show that you can listen to on demand.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
You can
and
download
everywhere.
it, listen to it on the plane. You can,
Yes.
anywhere you want. It's just there.
And it reminds me of the old AM days, FM days, where you had talk radio, where people would sit there and have a conversation with the host for 30 minutes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you were still engaged because the person that actually called in didn't have something stupid to say. They actually had a really good dialogue going, and they never cut the guy off because it was a great conversation and they knew it was gold. That's kind of what I think of a podcast. That's where the magic is. So
Yeah. It's
all right,
just-
I've derailed your show now. I'm sorry, man.
So fun fact, actually,
If there
when
was
you
ever a
have-
rail to
Yeah.
begin with.
if you don't have show notes, you're never off rail.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
the
right.
secret.
That works.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Well, another 2 things I wanted to do tonight, if we could.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do have some community questions. Some of
Okay.
them are directed to you guys. Some of them are general. And I know Fudd, you did an admirable job on our speed run when you were
I
here
did.
last time.
I did.
You had a little 1-on-1 versus Zarunga.
No, I just want to throw out there right now, all right?
Okay, go
If
ahead.
someone has a funny bit and you go on and try to make it yours the week after, get a life, RNG. Get a life,
Oh my
Runga.
God. Well, I figured Russell's never done our patented speed run
He is not.
segment.
I would love to do
I
that.
have no idea what this is, so
Those are the
excited.
2 things I would like to do.
Let's get it.
And then whatever you guys want to do after that, I'm good. I'm here. I'm here
Let's
for
do
as
the
long as you
speed
guys
run.
want to be here. All right, speed run time. All
Let's
right.
go,
Let me get
Russ.
my-
I'm so excited for you.
I
get
have
my-
no idea what this is. But
All right, I'm going to give you a little introduction. That way you'll know what's going on. This is the intro that I read to my show. I say, okay, listeners, this segment is called the speed run. This is where we have a database of over 250 randomly asked questions, and Russell will have 90 seconds to answer as many as he can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and at the end of the year, the guest with the most answer will win a prize and title of 2021 Speedrun Champion. The questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and just answer quickly whatever comes to mind. So you ready
Is
to do
this
Russell?
going to be like the hot fries and Coke Zero, where I never actually see a prize if I win this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I will tell
I
you
know
this.
you don't.
I will tell you this, Mr. Emerald Nips and Startin, which is his Kingsley Mac's wife, are tied actually at 39 questions answered in 90 seconds. That's a big mountain to climb. But I will tell you if you got a podium finish, if you get close.
And if you answer more than 2, you'll beat me.
There you go. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
I think Fudd said he would do the timekeeping.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to go? 90 seconds on the clock?
90 seconds on the clock.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Warlock, Titan, or Hunter?
Titan.
If you could live in any decade, which would it be?
1950.
Void, solar, arc, or stasis?
Stasis.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Security guard.
What's your favorite smell?
Chocolate chip cookies.
Cars or trucks?
Cars.
Should there be freelance solo strikes in Destiny?
Yes.
What is your beverage of choice?
Dr. Pepper.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sunset.
If you could choose, who would voice your ghost?
Peter Dinklage.
Human, awoken, or exo?
Human.
What's the best sandwich?
Roast beef with Lay's potato chips.
Do aliens exist?
Yes.
What was one of your first music albums?
Van Halen.
What's your favorite Destiny planet?
Venus.
Audiobook or physical book?
Physical.
Is pumpkin spice a real coffee flavor?
Yes.
Hive taken or scorn?
Hive.
What's your least favorite smell?
Poop.
Most used app on your phone?
Audible.
Ikora, Kate, or Zavala?
Zavala.
Time travel or teleportation?
Teleportation.
What number am I thinking of?
13?
Are beers seasonal?
No.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
DC or Marvel?
Marvel.
First gaming console?
Xbox.
Dogs or cats?
Both.
Time.
Favorite salty snack? Favorite salty snack?
Oh,
Probably Lay's.
cheese
Just
puffs,
something.
actually. Golden flake cheese puffs.
Oh,
Be more specific.
all right. Well, good deal, man. I think you did pretty good. Hey, almost said Hazel. Mr. Fudd, how did
Yeah.
you do?
He answered in 90 seconds. That's all I did.
Okay. No. I've got him numbered. I'm
Okay.
good.
I said I would time keep. That's all I agreed to.
Mr. Russell, you got
Yes.
29 correct. 29 answered.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I was
That's
like,
solid.
wait, I had
That-
to answer
that's-
correctly.
That's right in the bell curve. I'll just tell you, we've had a lot of guests do this over the 2.5 years we've done this, and you're right in the bell curve. So you did really well, man. You did
Some
really
of them, I was just like, I don't know. I
Some
just
of 'em I
latched
think-
on
yeah.
to one of the answers.
Some of them were Destiny related, and he hasn't played it in 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. It's funny. I messaged Fudd and I said, has Russell played Destiny before? And he goes, yeah, we kind of got a podcast called Just Some Guardians. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was. I think I said, "Yeah, we started a podcast about Destiny." You idiot.
So good job, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having fun with it. I always have
That's what
fun
I'm
with
here
it.
for.
Dude, good job,
And,
Russ. You destroyed my score.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit easy to get better than 2.
That's what you say, Russ. I don't know. I was pretty intimidated when I did it.
All right.
What were your 2 questions? And what were the answers?
Ooh.
Cats or dogs?
Oh boy.
And then I had a very in-depth external monologue to myself about the pros and cons of cats and dogs for about a minute.
Yes, he did.
And then it was Hunter, Titan, or Warlock. And then I went through each class individually, pros and cons. And then I ran out of time. So what are you going to do?
It was painful. I mean, Hazel was like,
Dude, they asked the first question. I started monologuing and they went, "Oh, dear God."
So
okay.
we just got a cat. We got a little kitten.
You got a cat?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we have our dog. His name is Celebrimbor because we're nerds.
Mm-hmm.
And then we named our cat Talia because Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Anyway, sorry, that was a little bit.
Well, good job, Russ.
One sec, guys. One sec.
Yeah, do your thing, Gator. No, it's not a big deal.
What about 2 secs?
I'm good.
What about 3 secs?
No, I'm
Nice,
good.
dude. What about
That's it.
parsecs?
I said 1 sec. I said 1 second. 1 second.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, I've got a pumpkin pie that just came out of the oven, so I could go grab some of that if we
Dude,
need
that
a
sounds
longer
No,
break.
dude,
no,
oh
no.
my God. How was your Thanksgiving? No, absolutely. Let's do that.
I forgot to ask that, guys. That was one of my questions I was supposed to ask you. How did you guys enjoy Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
No,
I
yes?
literally just asked that, Gator.
Sorry.
You can't do that.
Sorry, man.
I can't. I ask a question,
you know
and you
what?
ask the same
I'll-
question.
You know what?
And
You know
pretend
what,
it's your
Elmer?
question.
I'll just
Shame
go.
on you.
That's okay.
Shame on you.
What, Russ?
Shame on you.
What, Russ?
Shame on you.
What, Russ?
Why would you make him feel bad like that? What's wrong with you?
A lot of
You're a
things.
better friend than that. You
I
are
know.
a better friend than that.
We do this all the time, Russ. It's okay. I'm used
Russ,
to
I was
the
really
abuse.
hoping
I'm
you're
used to
about
it.
to just ask how our Thanksgiving was.
Hey, how's your Thanksgiving? How
Thank
was
you
your
for asking
Thanksgiving?
that, Russell. That was really sweet of you to think of that first.
Yeah, thanks for asking, Russell. Thanks, man.
What a great question.
You know
Gator,
what,
would you like to
I-
lead
I'm
off
an
on this
innovator.
answer? Yeah.
Oh man.
What a real caring person you are.
No.
Am I leading off?
No,
Is
Gator,
that what
I think
you just
Gator
asked?
should.
Gator, yes. I
Yeah.
agree.
Oh god.
He is the guest of the question you asked. So
Okay. Yeah, we did not have Thanksgiving last year because of, COVID, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And it was pretty sad Thanksgiving last year, and we made up for it this year. We met at my sister's, and she has a nice big house. It was 75 degrees, FUD weather.
Oh, thank you.
75 degrees, beautiful sunny day, and she had the house all open. We had like 3 giant tables, big spread in the kitchen, and it was just so good to see everybody. And of course, I passed out 3 times after I ate way too much food. It was
That's
a
the
great
life.
time. Hey, Russell, how was your Thanksgiving, man?
Yeah, because we don't care about Elmer. It was good.
understand.
I mean,
I figured we'll let him finish. Yeah.
Me and my wife, we decided not to go to family because we are the only ones here in the state. Like, we don't have any family in the state.
Understandable.
So we decided not to travel, which we were both kind of looking forward to, because we like being with just the two of us a lot. Like, we just spend a lot of time together. And so we decided to stay home, and we made I made a ham, mashed potatoes, gravy, brown gravy, and then I made a chocolate pie and a pecan pie.
Oh,
And then Lindsay made stuffing. She made these rolls from, it's like her mom's recipe or her family recipe. I don't know where it came from, but they are the best rolls I've ever had in my entire life.
Ooh.
They taste kind of like the Texas Roadhouse, like they got a little bit of that honey taste to them.
oh, honey butter.
Oh man,
I know that taste. I know that
I
taste.
love these rolls. They are my crack.
Oh,
damn
dude,
it.
amen.
That's
She made yams, of course, with the marshmallow on top, and then
Yes.
we intended to make vanilla ice cream from scratch.
Nice.
However, we forgot that you're supposed to start it the day before because it needs to chill in the fridge overnight usually.
Rotate. Yep.
Well, the rotation, like ours usually only takes like 30 minutes, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
like at max. But you have to, because we usually make like a custard, so you have to make it and then you have to chill it overnight.
Right.
Well, so we made it today because we put it in the fridge overnight last night, and we're like, we'll just have it tomorrow. So I took a bite out of it. We had just got, and I'm like,
Oh, no.
hey Lindsay, I think you forgot the sugar. She forgot to put any sugar in this vanilla bean ice cream from scratch, and she had not only this, but she had doubled the recipe. So there was no, like, it just, I mean, it didn't taste bad. It just tasted like heavy whipping cream, and that's it.
Oh.
And so I take a bite out of it, and I'm like, there's something missing. And I was like, I'm pretty sure you forgot to put sugar. So she goes and she looks back through the recipe, and she goes, yeah, I forgot to put sugar. It was very amusing. So then she's like, well, I'm gonna try and reduce it back down. So she heated it back up, added the sugar. So we're gonna see how it works with her just taking it back down to, putting it on the boil and then adding the sugar, and
Doing it correctly.
we will
yeah.
see. So that was pretty amusing. She made the pumpkin pie today because she just, like, we were cooking all day yesterday, kind of off and on. Like, we would rotate using the oven and cooking because I cannot stand when other people cook with me.
Oh, yeah. It's a personal space thing.
It drives me well, because it's like they're not doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm trying to backseat cook, and I'm like, even if I've asked them to cook that particular dish, and I'm like, because I'm a decent cook. Like, I like cooking, I enjoy cooking food, but I'm very particular about it. And Lindsay
good
has
at
a
it,
habit
man.
of Lindsay has a habit of being like, oh, this ingredient is close enough. Like, it asks for baking powder, but I'm just going to put baking soda in it. And I'm like, no, they're not the same thing. That's not.
It's got baking in the name.
Don't do that. And she's like, no, it'll be fine. And then you're like, okay. But yeah. So our Thanksgiving was great. It was just the two of us and our new kitten who we had with us, and we set up TV dinner trays and ate Thanksgiving dinner while we watched. I believe we watched Hawkeye.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't watched it yet either.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
It's
very
got a
excited.
slow burn starting off with.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So the first couple of episodes are good, but it's kind of got that slow burn, and
Right.
it gives me very much Home Alone vibes.
Interesting. That's not where
Yeah.
I
Home Alone.
expected to.
I
Yeah.
didn't expect to hear that either.
Huh. All right.
Well, Mr. Fudd, how
Yeah.
was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, hey.
No, I don't care.
Thank you
So
for-
anyway, no.
Moving on. Oh no! Don't we hurt his feelings?
I
Get him.
love you.
Come on, Mr. Fudd. Come on. I want to.
Sorry,
hear
I just dropped my
Russell may
self-confidence on the floor. What are you guys
Russell
up to?
may not. But I want to hear how your Thanksgiving went.
That's Russ. You can take your headset off. It's okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Anyway, I hate Russell. I think he smells awful. He's the worst friend I've ever had in my life. I just hate his. My Thanksgiving.
Just as I thought.
Damn it, he's onto me. No, so we had kind of the same thing where last year, we didn't have a lot of people, and
Right.
so this year it was really, we didn't have all of Lisa's family, which is a big family. So we had, a few of them with all their kids. We had my dad and my siblings came over. We had Tegan, who you met at my birthday, Russ, and her daughter came over.
Oh yeah.
So it was just kind of like, it was a really good, like, just legit family and friends thing,
Mm-hmm.
Super good spread. My wife got this new recipe for a turkey, which is legitly the best turkey I've ever had in my life. She's not in chat right now, so like I'm saying that out of my own free will. It was.
We can't
so
see
good.
it, but she's holding a gun to his head.
It's
just off
true.
screen.
Right? Did you hear me, babe?
It's like the knife with Dr. Disrespect. The knife over the
over the neck there. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not a big turkey guy. Like if I do ham for everything. Ham is just way better
Yeah.
than turkey.
Can't beat him, man.
So, but this is like legitly the first time I had turkey, and I was like, "This is dope." It was really good. We and then we had ham. Our friend came over. She made these jalapeno poppers with the
Ooh,
cut jalapeno, all the cheese inside, wrapped in bacon, all the all those spices in there and whatnot. Oh, it was good.
I'm getting hungry now.
Hell yeah!
I love jalapeno poppers, but they run through me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it was worth it. I ate them knowing what was going to happen, and it did happen. And then
it's
everyone
ignorance
brought a
is
different
bliss.
kind of pie. There was this like Oreo concoction that was delicious. And then we did we all just sat around, just told stories, played cards. The kids just ran around the house and
that
never
sounds amazing.
never argued. Like they just got along the whole time, which never happens. It was it was a picture perfect Thanksgiving. It was so good.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad you had family over. It's cool.
I'm glad you
and
asked.
we've had last year my wife and I think my two kids, we had just a 4-person Thanksgiving last year, and it was just as fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, absolutely. It can be. I definitely sometimes prefer
I
it
know.
that way.
I know Russell's going to have leftovers for probably the whole week now.
Okay, so that's the other plus to just having the two of us.
Yep.
We get all the leftovers.
Yeah. I mean, come on,
So-
yams.
Yams. I still got ham. Like I could have Thanksgiving part 2.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Lisa also made this. She made she made her own homemade mac and cheese, which is to die for. But she
Yeah,
made
yeah.
like regular mac and cheese, for the kids. Then she had one that had green chilies and bacon bits in it for me. And oh my god, it was good. Had that layer of crispy cheese on the top,
Oh yeah, you got to bake it.
Ribbling. Oh yeah,
Every-
she-
You got to
everything-
bake it
every-
after.
It's like every recipe has like a block of butter in it. It's just
yeah,
great.
it's so good.
Yeah, I've been on a diet, and then I'm like, no,
It's
screw
Thanksgiving.
that.
Yeah.
It's a free day. It's a free day, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
you
Well,
don't
it's going to be
get
a free
calories.
week because
It'd be un-American if you didn't.
yeah.
It is now.
What are you, a communist? Yeah, of course.
Which then will put me near Christmas. So I mean, it's a free month.
It's a whole thing. Yeah, no, for sure. Oh my god! Well, you had some community questions, I believe, Gator. You want to get into those?
Oh hell yeah!
I'm
Let's
down.
do that, man.
Let's
that sounds
do
like
this.
fun.
You down, Russ?
Yeah, as long as we get to talk about Wheel of Time at some point. I'm fine.
Yeah.
We can.
Yeah, I've
I
been
don't want
watching
to
it.
get too into it.
No, I don't want to do any spoilers.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because I've only
Just wanna-
seen the first 3 episodes.
Before we get to that, have you guys watched Arcane, the League of Legends?
Yes.
show?
Oh
I
my
have not finished that
gosh.
either. But
I am not.
holy
I am.
shit.
I am not into. I'm not into. All right, I'm gonna piss Hazel off. I'm not into anime. But
I don't think it's so
I
much
know
anime
not-
as it is just
I
an
know,
animated
I know.
show.
I like
I
anime,
know.
but I don't know if I would consider this anime.
It's not.
It's
It's not Japanese animation. No,
Yeah,
I,
no,
I
I
say
wouldn't
that
consider
because
it anime.
Hazel hates it when I call everything anime. It's like
Oh,
it's
sure.
not anime, dude. It's just artistic animation, and it was very artistic, by the way.
I've,
The effects,
I've
everything
never
was
seen
so
anything
beautiful.
That, oh my god! It get like the Dota show was incredible. This League of
Yeah.
Legends one, like there's
yeah.
mentioning that they're working on an Apex Legends like Netflix show now. And
Mm-hmm.
so like after seeing the art style and storytelling in Arcane and the Dota one, like I can't, like, holy shit, they're doing it. We're getting
The-
video game movies.
Yep.
Awful. These shows,
Well,
so good.
Can you imagine if Destiny did something like that?
All right, let's not carry it away, okay?
So first you had Castlevania, right? Which was
Incredible.
bonkers.
Insane.
Loved that show. And the animation was beautiful. And then because we've set up to where we can see this video game fantasy animation, adult animation,
Yes.
that's been big over in Japan for a number of years. That's why
Right.
anime is so popular.
Right.
But it hasn't really become like an American thing where they do like big production animation. But then you had Castlevania, which just I think it blew everybody out of the water. I mean, Netflix. I mean, I feel like most people that I've talked to have watched it, and the animation is just gorgeous, and it is very, very adult, which I am there for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The voices,
And
the voice
then-
acting's incredible. The music, oh,
And then you have Critical Role, which I think it made a bunch of studios, because from what I understand, they had shopped it around.
yeah.
And all the studios were like, nah,
Not
not
our
for
thing.
us.
Mhm.
Right? And then they did their Kickstarter and made $11 million in...
It was like
No
a day.
time.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
They broke all of their like stretch goals within the first couple of hours.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, people were drooling for this, and I think it made a lot of studios go, because Netflix was
there's
already
interest.
starting to do it,
Yeah.
where they were willing to invest. But I mean, Netflix kind of invests in everything, and then they
yeah.
just kind of see what works, and then they're like,
Right.
oh,
I
we'll
remember
move
who it
forward with
was.
this.
Shotgun method.
Yeah. Someone said that about Netflix, where they're like, I really enjoy working with them because they're like, oh, you have an idea? Cool. Here's a shit ton of money. Just do
Right.
it.
Yeah. You have a
Well,
half-hour
because-
comedy show? Come
Yeah.
on down.
Here it is.
Well, and I feel like that has worked so well
Oh
for
my
them,
God, yes.
because
Yeah. It
it
is.
appeals to some audience, and then they can go, they have so much money that they don't even know what to do with. So first
yeah.
of all, it
Oh,
gives them
yeah,
a huge
yeah.
tax break. Even if they have a flop, it's a huge
Write it
tax
off.
break for them,
Write it
because
off.
they go, boom, this didn't work out. It cost us money. It's a write-off, and then if it does work out, boom, they make more money. And I think it
Exactly.
works really well for them. But the point is that, you have, Netflix, which had kind of started to dabble in it a little bit, but I think they were mostly like, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
And then you saw Critical Role come in, and I think that's when studios go, ooh, we're missing something here.
Mm-hmm.
Because then Amazon picked them up and was like, hey, we'll give you $10 million more to make this show and do it. And I mean, that kind of brings it around to Wheel of Time. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
the Arcane, I got on a tangent. That show, I loved every second of watching that show.
Yeah.
I love to draw, and the animation style, the artistic
Oh my God.
nature of it, the style that they brought to it. I love to watch like the little explosions and their smoke effects.
Yes.
Oh, they're insane. Every effect is just like, I've never seen anything like this in animation.
It was so
It is.
beautiful.
The art style
Absolutely
on the
incredible.
handmade grenades. Oh,
Yes.
man,
Yeah.
everything. It was just gorgeous. And I'm not a big animation. The Spider-Man series that came out at the movie theaters.
Right.
That was probably my favorite so far. I mean, the animation in that was next level. But
Oh yeah.
I can't remember the name of it now. Anyway,
Arcane?
but yeah, this was very the Spider-Man animated series that came to the movie theaters.
was that into
Cell
the
shading.
universe?
Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that my wife
I think
is
that really
not
opened
even
the gate too. Yeah.
my wife doesn't even like Marvel or any of that, and she was like, "That was a great movie.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, the effects were amazing.
And the story was so good in Arcane too.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was.
yeah, dude.
It was.
Ser-
Hey, I
it's-
wanted to
I've
go. I
cried
wanted to go
like
look into
100
League
times
of
already.
Legends. Yeah,
I know.
Don't
right?
do that. Don't do that. But
I play the fast game. What's it called? The turn-based game. I play it with my son every now and then. It's fun. Anyway,
I'm curious what game you're talking about now.
it's hold on, I'll look it up. It's League of Legends, but it's called well, where is it? I'm looking at my
Heroes of the
shortcuts here.
Storm, Dota.
No. It's well, dang it. Where the heck?
I got
is it?
distracted. What are we talking about?
He's trying to think of a game.
The fast-paced turn-based game with League of Legends. I know that's.
Oh,
a
I
turn-based
have
game.
no idea.
It's like a. I'll find it. I'll figure it out. I'll let you guys know. It's killing me too. Yeah, it's no. I anyway. Sorry.
No, I don't want to do
I'll-
anything else in this show until we find out.
I know. I just kind of want
Don't
to stare
do
at
this
you.
to
That's
me,
it.
man.
That's
Don't
all we
do
want.
This.
Dead air. It's your fault right now.
Dead air.
God,
All right.
can you believe you do that?
I don't
This
like
the
dead
day
air.
of our podcast daughter's wedding.
I do not like dead air.
You come to me on the day of. I lost it. I had it for a second,
On
and then
the
it
day.
went.
What accent?
In the day of our.
What's that like you're doing
TFT
there?
Tactics. TFT Tactics. Team
Never
Never
even
get
heard of that.
Team
Yeah.
Team
Team
Fighter
Fortress?
Four
Tactics?
star.
Team Fortress.
Oh, Team Fight
no.
Tactics. Okay.
Team Fight Tactics. Yeah, it's I
I've
was learning
never
how to
seen
play it, and then
this.
Destiny released another DLC, and it was that. So yeah, I just
Oh, I
Team
think
Fight
I've
Tactics.
seen this somewhere.
Team Fight
yeah.
Tactics. Yeah, it's
Okay.
very fast paced.
Yeah.
You have powers and supers and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's like a chessboard. It's a lot of fun.
I could get down for that. You know, there was a game. So I normally don't like turn-based stuff, but one of the ones that I do like is like stuff like that, where it's kind of like a chessboard, like a Banner Saga is kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Where you have a grid laid out, you have a couple of characters, they're trying to accomplish a specific goal against this other group.
Right.
You know, so
right.
I like that kind of style. So team fight.
Tactics.
Team Fight
TFTs.
Tactics.
Okay.
Yep. They have guides. They have YouTube channels that all they talk about is different strategies to use. And I hate these Bose headphones.
Well, you look great in them.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Uh,
Community questions.
Slide your finger down like this.
yeah, I've got some questions here.
Let's do it.
First one is from Uncle Scumdeath.
Hell yeah.
Question for the show: if GDC and JSG had a Royal Rumble wrestling match, who would be the last man standing? And also, what would your wrestling names be? I love both shows equally.
What do you think, Russ? Who'd be the last man standing if
I
me,
don't know who
you-
the last man standing would be, because I'm pretty sure I would immediately be on my knees giving everybody an effervescent Russell.
That's true. And if you gave them well enough, we'd all end up on just falling over. So
You know,
then
this
you
is
would be
true.
the last man
This-
standing.
This is true. I mean, that's my strategy.
All right. Oh, interesting. Okay. What do you think, Gator?
I think Hazel would probably be last man standing, because he'd be in the corner, making
Jerking
fun of
it?
everybody
Oh.
what they're doing wrong. He'd
Yeah.
probably be sitting there, telling everybody what they're doing wrong. You're like, you're doing it wrong, man. Yes, I don't know. Yeah, I'd say Hazel, because he would probably figure out how to sit in the corner and not have to fight.
But eventually he'd have to
wrestle.
fight.
Well, that's true, but he'd have it all figured out by then, and we'd be all tuckered and tired out. by
Right,
then,
yeah.
so.
Well, the
We'd
thing
be all
is-
in there doing it, and he'd
Yeah,
come
he-
up,
Yeah, that sounds
and
like,
he'd be
sounds
like,
right.
He would
Hey,
definitely
he's
be
not here to
doing it.
defend himself, so he's an easy target tonight.
Oh yeah,
so.
he'd be dead.
he just
immediately.
comes up behind and clotheslines. Boom.
Yeah, he'd
Yeah,
come walking
exactly.
up, run to a pole by
No,
himself.
all he'd
and
have to
knock
do is just
himself out.
tap whoever's left, and they'd be already fallen. So
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
say me, not because of any fighting prowess.
Mm-hmm.
I sweat a lot, so I feel like I'll be hard to grapple with
slippery.
because slippery when wet, So I'll be
Hell
slipping
yeah.
and sliding trying to grab me because I'll just be a sweaty, gross mess. And
He's
then
got a
I'll
natural lube, everybody.
Just... yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It's like KY on steroids.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
TMI.
Amazon's actually suing me because I've been selling my own sweat. It's crazy.
It's for your pleasure.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
god.
yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, sometimes I'll put slinkies on my arms so it's ribbed for her. I mean, what?
There are so many questions.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, ask away, Russ. I'm there. I'm ready.
We'll have to save that for our after dark
Okay.
show.
Yeah, no worries. What's the next
Starts with
question?
"Will you fist me?" and into the question mark.
The answer is yes. I'm on the next plane.
Okay, let's see. I have one from. Wow, man! I tell you, our community just kicks ass every week. They flood us with questions, and it's nice to have that luxury to just pick through whatever. All
We
right,
don't know
here's
what
one.
that's like.
Here's one from Golden God. Question for the show: turkey or ham for Thanksgiving, and what's the go-to dessert?
Oh, ham. Yeah, definitely ham.
Yeah,
All right,
I agree.
I gotta go turkey there. It's just that's what I've been raised on.
See, I
doesn't
was
matter if
raised
you
on
were
turkey
raised on
too,
it.
but it's so dry.
Not if
You-
it's done right. If it's roasted just right.
Well, I've
Yeah,
never
but
had it
still
done
not
right. Apparently, then.
A done right turkey is still not better than a done right ham, I think.
Oh
Now,
man,
don't get me
ham
wrong.
is just so juicy.
Ham is just way better.
A Christmas ham is hands down with the
So let's say you
with
were
the
having
brown
a
sugar.
Christmas ham at Thanksgiving. Would you still rather have the turkey?
I'd probably have both because why not?
Yeah, but which
I
one
got
would you
This
enjoy
is
more?
fair.
If I had to pick, I'd probably still go with turkey on Thanksgiving because my mom makes some killer gravy. man.
Tradition.
I can't,
What? Oh yeah.
I can't pass
Yeah.
on the gravy.
I think we can't really answer that question until we go to all of each other's
Right.
Thanksgiving
There you go.
celebrations. So here in
What's the,
3 years, we'll answer that question.
What's the go-to dessert then?
Oh, I'm a pumpkin pie guy all day, every day. I love
you, Ro?
pumpkin pie.
What do you
I gotta agree. For Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
it's got to be a pumpkin pie with some whipped cream,
Whipped-
oh,
lot of
or
whipped cream.
Cool Whip. Yeah. Also, I do like my grandmother's chocolate pie. Like it's
I, don't know, I
some of
struggle
that
with
some
like
heavy
just plain
Cool Whip.
chocolate pie. I don't know if it's a texture thing that eventually I'm just like, "Ugh," but
Okay, it's not your typical chocolate pie. Like it's not like the Marie Callender's
Yeah,
chocolate
yeah.
pie or anything like that. This is like good, like almost like a ganache.
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, melty in the middle, and especially when it's nice, fresh out of the oven. I do ham for Thanksgiving, and then we do prime rib for Christmas.
Oh man,
Oh,
that sounds
hell
good.
yeah.
That sounds really good.
It's
What's
good.
your- what's your
Slow-cook that
dessert,
stuff all
Gator?
day. Yeah, man. I mean, we had like 10 different desserts there on that spread. I put a picture of it in our Discord. Man, that's a tough question. My mom makes a mean chocolate. It's like a chocolate bark. It has peppermint.
Oh,
I think I ate more
Sold.
of that this week and
Sold.
than
Yep.
anything else. It was really good. Chocolate with a coat with
You
Russell.
got him rubbing his nips.
All right. Let's see. A few more. Let's see.
Let's run away from
we
that as
gotta move
quickly
on
as we
from
can.
this.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, this is a great one.
Bring it.
Ronan Red Lion. Question for the show. What's the craziest thing you've had or heard happen in the background while online gaming with other players? What a question.
The craziest thing you've had happen to you or someone you know?
Say you're playing Destiny and you're in a group and all of a sudden you hear something going on in someone's chat behind them. What's the craziest thing you've heard?
Oh, I've definitely heard people doing it. 100%. Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah. I thought they were
Little
muted.
BJ
Definitely were
action?
not muted. You know, little sound
Yeah.
system going in the background. And yeah. And
I had a player that his wife was giving him a BJ. Yeah. While he was playing, because he got real quiet and he started moaning. I'm like, dude, mute your damn mic. I
yeah,
don't wanna
seriously.
hear that.
You're not hiding it. You're not as slick as you
Oh.
think.
I've heard a lot of shit, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious, Russell. Do you have an answer?
okay. I guess it's not the craziest thing. It was. So I'm playing Call of Duty, like, because I honestly, unless it's with people that I know, I usually don't have my headset on.
Yeah.
I usually
Mute-
don't
mute
have.
all.
Yeah. But I was playing Call of Duty and I'd forgotten to mute all before the match. This was way back in the day. This was like, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, 9. And I'm sitting there playing, and I at the time was not very good at Call of Duty.
At the time.
So there were these two guys that were chatting over the channel.
Yeah.
And they were on my team, but they were trashing me. And they were like, and one guy was like, "Hey man, don't be so mean. He's probably just like a 12-year-old kid."
Oh,
I'm like
man.
20 something, and I'm like, just shut up. Just screw all you guys. like, and it wasn't even like I had a mic that I could have turned on and been like, "Hey, shut your mouth." It was more like I just had to sit there quietly and take it as they just were just trashing me. And I mean, just malicious. Just, man, this guy is the worst. Did you see him throw that grenade? He didn't even get anywhere near that guy. And I mean, just trashing me. And then worse, I
Call
had
of
like
Duty.
1 kill and then like 16 deaths. So it was like So I knew I was being trashy, but at the same time, they were just hammering me, and I was like, I'm never playing this again.
Hey, we've all played Call of Duty back in the day. We've all gotten trash talked.
Oh my god,
Man,
so
it
much
was
trash
rough.
talk.
I was doing a raid one time. This is Destiny 1.
Uh-huh.
I was playing with not people I normally game with. It wasn't an LFG, but it was loose friends, you know, those ones that fill in at the last second.
Yeah.
And husband was playing. He was probably in his 30s. And the wife came in and go, "Are you playing that shit again?" And they got into it. I mean, it was
Oh.
I swear I heard some swings. And
Oh.
his mic was like, you could hear it was getting thrown around, and it was thrashing, and it was a little uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know. I can't remember if he came back to the game or not.
We never saw him again.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Dude,
a little weird.
I've had the generic kid arguing with his mom in a screaming match thing.
Yeah.
Of course.
It was the original Red Dead Online in Red Dead Redemption 1.
Right.
We were holding this big fort, the big fort in Mexico, and this kid was on the other side of the field just charging us over and over, screaming for Narnia at the top of his lungs. Super young, squeaky. And legitly, you heard the door in the background swing open, and his mom coming in and screaming on, "Shut the fuck up! No one wants to listen to you." We're just totally laying into him, and he starts screaming at her back, you know. And they're just going back and forth. Horrible name calling. I'm going to turn this off, throw it out the window. You're never going to see it again. And then you see him running, and all of a sudden you hear him go, "No!" And then silence. And then his character's running in spot. And then all of a sudden, whoop, logged out. And we're like,
Yep.
"Oh no!"
Yep. That's where they've unplugged the PlayStation.
There was the other time we were playing Red Dead 2 where the guy came on and he was trying to defend. We had so Brett runs out. Okay, I think we've told this story before, but it's hilarious. So we're in the saloon in Valentine.
Oh yes.
And we were just being crazy just because it was like right towards the beginning like of Red Dead Online, so there wasn't really much to do. So we had just rode into Valentine. There's like 3 or 4 of us, and all of a sudden, like we had gotten in a fight in the middle of the saloon. We had all been like drinking, so we're all like, whoa, whoa. And all of a sudden, I see Brett run out of the saloon through the doors, and then you just hear Brett over the mic going, "Oh God, that was so real." He's like, so he runs out and he is in an alley and he chokes this lady to death. Who was a player character, and he was like, that was so real because he was in like first person or something.
Yeah,
like
I did
that.
this. I did this in first person. It's nighttime. There's a lamp in front and a lamp on the side building, and so I tackle her in the side alley, first person. And you don't just like, it's not like you're standing side by side. You choke and they're dead. Like she's struggling, and everyone knows the graphics, right? In Red Dead Redemption 2. So she's struggling and like grasping at my hands, and she slowly, her knees buckle as she like ends up closer and closer to the ground. And you're literally watching the life like leave her face with like shadows on half of it and some light on the other. There's like blood on her face. I'm like, oh my God, someone make it stop. Oh, I still have nightmares.
And then he made it stop.
And then I made it stop because she was definitely dead.
So then she comes back, and we had they had just released the bounty hunter because we had gotten the reinforced lasso, and we tied her up and then just laid her on the bar, and like just left her there while we're all drinking. And this guy comes up and he's like, "I'll save you," and he's trying to act like this white knight. And I swear we killed him. He finally pulls out like some dynamite arrows and starts firing, and then it just became this whole thing. But he was very much playing up this white knight, but then also trying to like, he didn't know this girl, but he's like trying to chat her up and be like, "Hey, I just saved you. Don't I deserve something?" And we're like,
dude, so he
what is happening?
He wrote out. He was standing in the middle of the street in front of the bar. "Hey, you in the saloon, bring the girl out. No one gets hurt."
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
And we like
he was
just start chucking knives through the window at him. Just nothing.
Yeah. It was pretty fun.
That
like
poor
he
guy
was
got
definitely
destroyed.
role playing. Yeah, he did.
All right, I've got 2 more.
Okay.
2 more questions. One is from Mr. Carpo Leader. which I believe is in our chat tonight. Question for the show: what exotic would you turn Savathun into? She's currently frozen in like a stasis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think a lot of our NPCs have said, hey, we can turn you into an exotic if you don't shut up. What would you turn Savathun into? She's like the I would say the goddess of deceit and trickery. So with that in mind.
Hive, right? She's the
she's Hive. She's a Hive queen, yeah. Well,
she's
Witch
the Hive
Queen.
queen.
She'll be the Witch Queen. Will be the next DLC for Destiny, yeah.
Right, because she was Oric's sister. Because Oric used to be a female, right?
Nice,
Before it became.
Yep, exactly.
Nicely
I know someone
done. Yeah,
mostly associated with the Hive because the Hive are freaking awesome.
Super cool. Yeah.
The story is awesome about the Hive. Yeah, where they came from.
What I'd make her an exotic codpiece.
Oh, are we talking the armament or what it would do?
Whatever you want to turn her into.
Okay.
It could be an exotic piece of armor. It could be exotic anything.
It'd be exotic codpiece, and it would deceit people into thinking what's underneath it's a lot bigger than it is.
Oh, nice! I like that.
I think it would be cool if she were. I'm gonna say boots because that would be kind of cool.
Okay, with the fur,
and you could boots with the fur.
Okay.
And then the whole club would be looking at me instead of her.
Russ hit the floor.
So the Taken, like they have that nether realm kind of rift that they can create and then jump out of. So it would be cool if you could like teleport through rifts, like as a special or like a something that's on a cooldown that would allow you to because that would play in with the deceit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you could kind of teleport around and then, do whatever. I think that would be cool.
Okay. I'm not very creative here. I'll say a grenade launcher.
Okay.
And before you shoot the grenade launcher, a mouth opens up of some teeth and it starts talking to the person before you kill him and talks about how, starts trash talking him in game.
Nice.
And
that would be fun.
They start rethinking their life, and then boom, you hit them with a grenade, and they're
That'd
dead.
go perfect with my cod.
Just gives them pod. Yeah, gives them pause. Exactly.
Yeah.
They're going to stop and stare at your cod piece. So
yeah,
that's pause.
I stare at Elmer's cod piece all the time.
All the time, dude.
I do too.
It's invisible. I mean, there's nothing there. So.
Yeah,
I know,
but
I'm
like a cannonball.
It's there.
I meant the cod piece.
Oh, right. Yeah. Of course. No,
not the cod that the piece is protecting.
Underneath, it's so crazy big. You can't even imagine it.
What about gauntlets that you could like a wraith of the person that you've just killed?
Oh, okay.
Cool. And they just kind of become a turret that kind of follows you along.
Ooh,
like a shrieker or something like that. Like you kill somebody and it raises and then it just like creates like a little shrieker turret that follows you.
How about those things that the shriekers in Harry Potter, the ones that would steal your soul?
Oh, the Dementors,
cool.
yeah.
The Dementors.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that would be cool.
I think
have one on your shoulder.
The other exotic I would do is she'd be a key, right? So that I could open the vault and then do the Leviathan again.
There you go. Perfect answer.
Thanks.
That was the ship, right?
Yeah.
It was
like 8 raids inside that you can't do anymore.
It was
that I never got to do any of those.
Yeah, you did. We did the Leviathan with you like 7 times.
Yeah. Oh, the Leviathan. Yeah.
There was a Leviathan raid, and then there's 2 separate layers that were like shorter raids.
We did the first layer, cool. Russ. I know we did the first layer.
We started the second one. I was thinking the ship from the Taken King.
Oh, Dreadnought. Yeah.
The Dreadnought.
Yeah. King's Fall.
No. The Leviathan. Yeah, we did the Leviathan. And then I think we started the one where you go down to like we got to like the big massive Hydra that's
that's the second one.
It was
the first one,
the second one. Yeah. We got to the Hydra and then I think we could. We usually did it so late, and usually people were working, so people were like falling asleep.
And we were running with Sin, and he was working super early at the time.
Yeah,
and so we'd be able to try like twice, and we had to stop.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, and then there was also like occasionally there was a guy who came with us who was not great and really slowed things down. and kept doing things that we told him, hey, you need to stay here and do this thing.
We're still
Kingsley says,
talking
"I
about
blame
sin.
Not that he was helping much anyways.
This is a fun story for anyone that listens to all those shows. Just suddenly
Sin and
pops up in the
King-
chat.
we got a Sin and Kingsley war going on.
That was
here.
during, if anyone, this is old school Destiny 2, right? Like those of you who listen to those shows have no idea here. There was a period of time when that raid lair came out. Sin was trying so hard to get that clear. He was streaming every day. Everyone he knew was getting that clear, and for some reason his group could just never do it. And it got to the point, I think it was one of the nights we were with him, he got so mad that it just wasn't, not at us, just that it wouldn't happen. He was raging for like 3 days in a row, and then finally got the clear, and it was one of the greatest moments in Destiny. But yeah, I still remember him just being like, what the hell? I'm trying. Everyone I know's got this clear. What the fuck? Oh, it was so glorious.
That sounds about right.
Oh my
Well,
God,
the
it was
worst,
so good.
the worst part of that entire raid for me was the freaking the thing with the lights and the holes in the ground, and you had to run around in the circle. What is that called? The
That's a really good
gauntlet. The track. You had to run around the track.
Oh,
and
and
you
the
had orbs
actual
and-
Leviathan. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that thing is.
Uh-huh.
Forget what it's called.
Yeah.
That was the one that I feel like we always got stuck on that one for whatever
We
reason.
always
Mostly
got-
because I was terrible at it.
No, the gardens is where pleasure gardens is where we usually got stuck at.
We
was all the
whenever
dogs.
we
That's-
did it, we never got stuck in the gardens. We always got through that
Oh, I
one.
guess
It
you're
was the freaking running around the thing.
Oh, the gauntlet. Yeah.
Because you
I
guys
love the
had
gauntlet.
done.
Oh, the arrows. Well,
Well, that's the fun thing because we're this is OG players right here, right? So we were doing Gauntlet when no one had really figured out the strategy.
Oh, really?
So you'd get into a group with people and everyone had a different strategy. So you'd spend half an hour figuring out which one you were going to do.
Yeah.
And then one wouldn't work. So you'd have to sit there and explain a whole nother strategy. Oh, this is like the first couple weeks that raid came out, man. This is old school Destiny too.
Yep.
I ran Leviathan 30 times, 40 times maybe.
Oh yeah, dude.
It was
I
my
think I got
favorite
through
raid.
it twice.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah,
was
it's
a good
my
one.
absolute favorite. My first Leviathan clear, I was sitting on an air mattress at my grandma's house in another state. I'd brought my little computer monitor and it was sitting on top of the PS4 and everyone was around me like just having a family reunion. And I was sitting there on an air mattress in the corner and I got my first Leviathan clear. And I'll never forget that. That was a great moment.
I'm telling you, raids are
We were...
big impressions. With
Yeah,
raids.
it was one of those I could not get it down. And that was when I discovered 100.io. So we're literally like shopping for groceries at like some local grocery store on the corner. And I'm on the phone on 100.io trying to find a group later that night and sign up with all these random guys. And we go in there and just wham, destroy this place. Yeah, so cool. I remember exactly what I can picture the store when I signed up for it. And you know how those memories just stick with you and it's super crazy how the brain works.
It is.
Yeah, I remember
That
the
was
aisle.
before they. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just remember the exactly where I was in the store, how it looked, how it smelled. Like I think of the Leviathan and I can smell that grocery store. Like it's just so cool how memories work.
That was before they nerfed the range on the auto rifles.
Yeah.
Still bitter about that.
Remember the
Don't
auto
worry about
rifle
that.
meta there, Gator, when the game first launched?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could snipe with auto rifles. Those are good days.
Oh man,
The 450s were the
Yeah.
precisions.
Oh, brutal, dude.
Oh yeah. I still
And
have
I-
a ton of kills on that rifle.
I had it specced out beautifully. I mean, that was when I was playing every day.
Oh, yeah.
Every day for hours and hours and hours.
Yep. It's true. All right, I'll finish up one more here and then I'll let you guys back over the show here. Ooh, so many good questions. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. This is from Golden God again. Question for the show. I just had to clean the lower bay at my job. There was oil everywhere. Like they didn't even try to hit the drain pan. And just leave it there and not bother to clean it up. What's the worst mess you've had to clean up due to a coworker or other people? Oof. Man, this brings back memories.
What's the worst mess I've had to clean up?
From your coworkers or other people at your job.
Probably one
left-
time there's
left
this
it.
mess where I had asked for the day off of work and then Russell.
Oh, shut your face.
Wow. Shit.
It's fair. It's fair.
That's
I was talking about. That was one of my interview questions.
Oh,
Somebody
really?
was like, "Hey, have you ever done this?" And I was like, "Hey, let me tell you about this story that I learned never to call in sick because you screw your friends over."
And dude, seriously, to this day, like if I'm horribly sick, that's what I think of. It was a lesson for both. I go, I can't call off. It'll screw people off at work.
Mm-hmm.
No, big
Yeah, my
worse
wife.
mess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Teachers are so spread thin. I was just mentioning that people are calling sick. My wife has never called in sick in like 5 years because she's an administrator, and if she misses, that means all the rest of her team has to do her duties in addition to their own stuff they have to worry about.
Yeah.
So I totally get when you're calling in sick, it messes up routines. So I was a stockman at a public supermarket for a while, and
Well,
there's
now I know in
nothing.
the region that you live in.
Yep, southeast. Well, I'm in Florida, and
Okay.
they're around every corner here.
Their chicken.
Yeah.
Love their chicken.
Yes. Oh, they're anything when their meat department's top notch. Their produce is good too. I mean it never failed. I would always drop an applesauce, big giant applesauce in the glass jars. They were such a pain in the ass to clean up, and of course when there's a huge number of customers that would do it and just just keep on moving down the road, move the another aisle like nothing ever happened. And of course we get called to it, and it's like it's sticky, it gets all over you, and there's glass shards everywhere just waiting to cut you as you're trying to pick it up.
Yep.
So I could think of a lot of different ones, but that's the one that come to mind right away.
What do you got,
Do you
Russ?
guys have another?
I actually
have
have
a
a
couple.
legit one.
Okay.
Go for it.
Bring it, Russ.
Okay. So one of the ones where somebody else created a mess that I had to clean up. Because there's a story about I used to work at Jack's Family Restaurant. They probably have them over in Florida. They have the
Jack's.
best buttermilk biscuits. Oh, their breakfast, good stuff.
Okay.
They're big in the southeast. Anyway, there was a story that I have where it flooded. The sewers backed up and everything, and then we had to come in the next day and clean it so that we could open the next day after that. It was miserable. But a story about somebody else who I had to clean up the mess after. I was a security guard. I worked at a trucking entrance for CVS. So it was a distribution center, and there was this guy, and I don't know if you've ever worked with truckers. Truckers are great, but they're also kind of their own breed of people. They're kind of like modern day cowboys. Like some of them are cool, some of them don't ever shower, and they're very disgusting. Some of them are just old and crotchety and rude. There was this guy, and he was like, he was on a schedule. He was running behind on his schedule. I have a schedule that I have to keep. You can only go on certain doors at certain times. And so I'm like, hey, you're not scheduled. You are first come, first serve, meaning you're kind of in the back of the line at the moment. And he was like, well, I need to pull up here and turn around then. Or he was like, well, can I pull into the yard and sleep? And I'm like, no, you can't pull into the yard and sleep. You're going to back everything up. You need to pull in, and if you're going to leave, you need to turn around and go. Okay? And so I'm like, all right, you're gonna pull up here, then just wait for a minute. Okay. So he pulls up, he pulls through the stop sign. He had his doors open on the back of his truck.
Oh God.
So they caught on the gate, and he pulled the gate up and around in an L. And there's like 10 other trucks out here at this point because it is the busiest time of day. It is 7:00. Trucks need to be on doors already. People are coming in. I mean, it's crazy. And this guy, and so he gets stuck, and then he comes out and he starts yelling at me. And I'm like, do you not see? Man? There's a big sign that says stop here for inspection. Don't continue past this point. It says stop here. I was like, and he goes, what are you saying? I can't read? And I'm like, I'm just saying that the sign says stop here for inspection. And he like was asking for my manager, and then like the guy over like loss prevention comes out and he was like, he starts yelling at me because he's like, you didn't notice this guy was pulling the gate around and messing the gate up? And I'm like, I got 15 other guys out here. It's not my responsibility to watch out for this guy. He goes, why didn't you take pictures? I'm like, with what? What do you want me to take pictures with?
You didn't press the big stop truck button? Come on, man.
Yeah, I know, right? So that was the biggest mess that I had to clean up. It was more of a logistical mess than like a...
That's still a mess.
Because then that gate was broken for weeks.
Yep.
And it's a major security checkpoint.
Oh.
I think that tops all ours.
Yeah. There's no reason. That's like literal destruction of all the property. No, yeah.
That is.
Yeah, you win, Russ. You win.
But I want to hear yours, though.
Okay. It was actually, I don't know if you remember this. It was while we were at Party America.
Okay.
It was during Halloween. We had, all the Halloween help, right? Which I believe that's how you started, right?
It is. Yeah.
And we had this girl. Do you remember Sexy Butterfly?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had this girl that wasn't there very long. So she shows up to work one day, very drunk.
Oh no.
And we were only allowed to dress up for Halloween like the week of. So it's like the week before, she pulls in the parking lot, falls out of her car. She was a very large lady wearing a Sexy Butterfly costume. And it did not fit her at all. So she comes like strolling into work, reeking of booze. So they tell her she has to leave. And she has to use the bathroom beforehand. Uh-oh. So she uses the bathroom and then leaves. And it was disgusting. It just, everything you can think of everywhere. Just everywhere. And there's no janitor. We are the janitorial crew. So we had to clean that bathroom. Do you remember that, Russ?
I remember that bathroom. I don't think I was working that night.
Okay.
Because I don't remember having to clean this bathroom, and I'm pretty sure I would have remembered having to clean this bathroom.
It was gross.
I thought you were talking about the girl with the butterfly tattoo.
No, not Karen. Not Karen, no.
Okay.
Well, I remembered her name. What the hell? That was like 30 years ago.
Wow.
That's because Karen was awesome.
She was badass, yeah. Her last day of work, she got all these party streamers and put like this big fuck you Party America like across the whole lobby with these big streamers on her last day and left. It was awesome.
How do you not forget that? I mean, how do you not remember that?
Yeah, it was good. But
sounds like a special
Sexy
lady.
Butterfly was she was a mess.
Wow.
She was a mess.
Well, hey guys, thanks for indulging me.
Yeah, is that all the questions?
I've got more, but they're more Destiny related. So
okay, yeah, we don't want to.
It might be a little tougher to answer. Yeah.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
You know what? I'll throw another one out. I got another general
let's do another one. Okay.
This one is from Easy. He's one of our co-hosts from long ago, and he had a good question here. Let me get back to it here. And I wanted to answer this when Hazel was here, but it's such a good question.
Sorry, Hazel. Sucks to be you. Don't be sick next
time.
Well,
you know what? I'll throw this out because a risen Phoenix is his name in our Discord.
As it
question
should be.
for the show: pickled food or any kind of death? No. Pickled food of any kind or death. That's his question.
I mean, I like pickles.
Pickled food?
I think I would rather have pickled food. I mean, like, I haven't tried a lot of pickled things.
Well,
I've tried a few.
What pickled things are there? Like pickled pig's feet?
You could do pickled
beets?
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Anything that can absorb liquid can be brined.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Pickled cucumber, I mean, yeah.
Pickled cucumber.
No.
It's you could do that.
So is he saying that everything that you have to eat is pickled? In which case,
then
that would be extreme.
It was very general. So
Okay.
let's assume that.
So, well, if I'm answering it as I have to eat something that is pickled or die, I'm going to eat something that's pickled. But if it's everything I eat for the rest of my life is pickled,
you might
or
die because of the.
Then I'm going to just die. Yeah, I'll just die.
Too much sodium.
I think because I would get very tired of it very quickly.
Yeah, I'll just die.
And I would miss a lot of things. And could you imagine everything that you eat is pickled? I mean, your mouth would just be one big canker sore.
That's hot, dude. You've said some sexual things over the years. I think that tops it.
I mean, it's kind of like screwing an eye socket.
Which I've done. Good time.
Wow.
He may have read that when drunk.
Kingsley said he may have
read
read
it. Yeah.
You're probably correct there,
That's very
Kingsley.
true.
He probably did write that while he was intoxicated.
I think you're onto something, Kingsley.
Yeah. I definitely don't have a picture of him passed out drunk on stream. So.
Oh, man, he's a trip, man. I love Risen Phoenix.
Love him so much.
He is hilarious.
Cream on your chest. Kevin Conroy. He started the whole thing.
Did he really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. He's got a good imagination. I'll finish with this one. It's from Easy.
Okay.
Question for the show. What is your favorite piece of media that was released the year you were born? All right, think about it. It's a deep question.
Ooh, now we all gotta age ourselves.
Well,
yours was the Gettysburg Address, right, Gator?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Asked and answered. Favorite piece of media? I guess this could be like anything you've watched on TV or a news story. It could be a music. It could be any media. So everyone's Googling their birth date.
Yeah, no, exactly. Is it the day that you were born or the year?
No, the year. The year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to do the same thing.
Let's see. Oh.
Just a lot of good stuff came out that year.
Yeah.
Mine, not so much.
Oh, this is a really tough one. I'm looking at everything.
I know. That's why I wanted to end on it.
You know, Brett and I are born in the same year, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, this isn't my favorite, but Martin Luther King was assassinated the year I was born. That'll give you an indication when I was born. Intel Corporation was created. My favorite, I'll go ahead and go. Okay. My favorite media is Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo was my favorite cartoon of all time, and it came out the year I was born.
Really?
I believe it was, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Total Recall.
Ooh, yeah.
The old Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
I remember that one. I remember that one.
Which is crazy. I mean, it's a weird movie.
It is a weird movie. Yeah.
It's a weird movie. But it's also one of those classic movies that you're like, I'm going to watch this.
Yeah.
And then like you get done and you're like, that was a wild ride. Like even when you know the movie and you've seen it before, you're still like,
it's a great movie.
What was this guy on when he wrote this movie?
No, it was entertaining. You know, hey,
it was.
It was late 80s, right?
It's 90.
Total Recall.
1990.
Okay. It's close. Okay. Yeah,
I
was just out of high school.
Mitchie slaps in chat. Gator's favorite quote he heard from when he was growing up is "The British are coming."
Mitchie slaps.
Because he's so old.
God damn. Holy shit. Mitchie, when you coming back on the show, buddy, old pal?
I mean, you're what, 30, 35?
Yeah, about
36?
that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's what people tell me.
For me, it's the Dick Tracy movie with Warren Beatty, Madonna,
oh man,
Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino.
Really?
Fucking love
I didn't know
that movie.
Dustin Hoffman or Al Pacino were in that movie.
Dustin Hoffman was Mumbles.
What were they thinking? They've got to be like, yeah.
Al Pacino was the big bad, dude.
That's got to be one that they see on IMDb and they go, man, what was I thinking?
That was a great fucking movie. How dare you?
That is a terrible
That is movie. A great movie. Are you kidding me?
It is a terrible movie.
You're an idiot is what you are.
Have you watched it lately?
Yeah, I watched it last year. It's a great movie. Maybe I've just got a ton of nostalgia for it, but I fucking love that movie.
First of all, it's boring. Second of all...
Okay, you're wrong.
Second of all, it is... They phoned it in. They're like...
It's a comic book movie from 1990.
Paycheck.
They absolutely leaned into the...
I know it's a comic book movie from 1990. They also did Captain America
which was a
And
great
nobody
movie.
remembers that.
I do. I definitely remember that
The
movie.
Swamp Thing, they did too, and that was terrible. All I remember
We're
is the
not
guy
talking
with the
about
M&Ms
those.
on the
We're
back
talking
of his
about
hand.
Dick Tracy, which was a great
Whatever.
fucking movie. All right.
Whatever.
And your
It
opinion
was
is
it was
wrong.
it was definitely a new type of movie. It was unique. It was a unique movie. I would definitely remember it.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I
Russ.
remember it too. I loved it when I was a kid.
Al Pacino, God, he was great in that.
He was great in that. Yeah, Madonna was
that
amazing.
chin, man. Yes.
Yeah.
The exaggerated chins and facial.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it
they
was
did
great.
do a good job with the style.
The costuming was great. The soundtrack,
it was
the
really
theme,
good.
the Dick Tracy theme was awesome.
Yeah.
All I remember is him being handcuffed to a pipe in a basement and the kid trying to save him.
Yeah, and the kid saves him. He throws a baseball
then-
through the window.
Yeah, I mean there are 1,000 things. I mean Dick Tracy has a phone that he can talk to people on, and he's stuck.
They took
with
his
handcuffs.
watch. They took his watch.
Well, why didn't he have a key? He's a PI. Why doesn't he have handcuffs? All the keys are the same.
They searched him. There's a whole scene where they emptied everything he had on him. Maybe you don't like the movie because you're a shitty movie watcher who doesn't pay attention to scenes.
Ooh.
Maybe you're
Maybe you are just a terrible human being, all right? Who I announced my favorite bit of media from the year I was born. You decided to shit all over it like
All
a
over
terrible person.
You're a terrible person.
You're a terrible person.
You can suck.
I would if I was there right now.
Come on, we're gonna fight. Let's go.
We are.
Where's that
We're
fight?
fighting.
Where's
now.
that fight meme? Where's that
We're gonna
fight
sword fight.
Where you bet your ass we are, and you're going to be very disappointed.
meme? Oh, you guys.
Anyway, that's my pick, I guess.
Thanks for indulging, guys, on the questions.
Thanks for
We'll leave it
ruining
at
our
that.
friendship, Gator. Really appreciate that.
Sorry, man. I didn't know.
We'll never recover from this.
I didn't think it would come to that, but
Well, you learn something about air quotes friends, and sometimes when you have conversations.
I guess so.
Yeah. So. Whew. We have an email here from former President Barack Obama. Let me
what's he
read
up to?
this here. He says,
He's deemed
fuck
us
Russell.
unconstitutional.
Interesting. Weird. Huh.
Hold on.
He's listening for his wife right now? Oh, are you calling? Oh, he's calling Obama right now. Hold on, everyone. Former President of the United States of America.
Hey, Obama. Yeah. No, it's me. You know who this is.
Imagine not being on first name terms with.
Look. All right. It doesn't matter how I got the number. All right.
Dude, Gator,
doesn't
he just
matter.
sent me another email. He said, I'm on the phone with this idiot right now.
Look. I don't care if you're going to send the Secret Service after me. No, look. Okay, look. I just needed to verify that Dick Tracy was the worst movie ever made.
He just emailed me again. He said, I'm going to lie to Russ right now and tell him I hated it, but I really loved it. We should watch it sometime.
Yeah, I know. No. I don't know. Look, there's this guy. His name's Brett. He thinks it's a great movie. I know it's shit. Look, you tell him. Look, yeah, I know. Well, I can give you his
another
address,
email
and then you
from
can send the
Obama.
Secret
He said,
Service
this
over
guy
there.
seems really
30 mil.
fragile. Really
30 mil.
fragile. Wow.
Look, don't hang up on. He hung up on me, but he said it was a crappy movie.
That's not what my emails back and forth while you're on the phone say. So
Don't know what you want from me.
Sorry,
I don't know. Yeah, Obama Llama Ding Dong.
I'm a ding dong.
What's happening, Captain? If I ever get the chance to interview him on this podcast, that's 100% what we're doing.
Oh man.
Obama Llama Ding Dong.
But I'm ding dong.
What's happening, Captain? Holy shit. Free world, huh? Hell yeah. That's so funny.
Can we talk about? Have you seen the Wheel of Time, Gator?
Yes, I've seen the first 3 episodes.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I've only seen the first 3 so far.
It was outstanding. Outstanding show.
We won't do spoilers.
Nope, no spoilers.
But-
I won't spoil anything.
This show is so like even Lindsay. She's like, I think this is my new favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like she has gotten that into it. She's like, this is better than Harry Potter.
Wheel of Time itself has been has been a meme for this podcast for a long time because of Russell's constant desire to bring it up in the best way. I'm just shitting
So
on you
good.
because you're an idiot.
No, yeah. Well, Dick
Terrible
Tracy
taste.
sucks. So
Yeah. Well, anyway. Another email coming in from Obama Llama Ding Dong.
he says the Wheel of Time is great too.
He does, well, because he's got good taste in shows and movies, unlike someone. But no, so I had two of my nieces were over this weekend, or this last couple days, and I was like, hey, like they're huge Lord of the Rings, high fantasy, people. And I'm like, they've never heard the Wheel of Time. I'm like, all right, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna watch this together. So it was me, my wife, my two nieces. And we sat down and just plowed through all 3 episodes, and we jumped at the right moments. We all screamed at the right moments. We all cheered at the right moments. You could feel no one breathing for half the time in the room. It was such a cool experience, and it ended and they all went, I want more.
Yeah.
This is the greatest thing I've watched. And me and Lisa were talking about it for hours last night.
Right. So, and Gator, have you read the books?
I did not read the books.
Okay, good. This is awesome because
I didn't
Brett,
have to.
you've read.
I've read a book and a
first
half.
Book and a half, and Gator, you've never read any of the books.
No books.
Has anybody ever described the story to you or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Okay.
Nope.
Well, now we know he never listened to our
Yeah, well, good because I watched it having read the books, devoured the books, and having listened to them and read them several times. It was a thing that my dad enjoyed, and then because he enjoyed it, I was like, hey, I want to give these a shot. And it was just something that I fell in love with. So what are your guys' thoughts, specifically Gator, and then I want to move to Elmer because we're getting fresh eyes, and we're getting I kind of know where the story's going, at least in this first season, and then we'll end with me because yeah. So go ahead. So what did it see? What are some of the things that stood out to you? What are some of the cool things? If we can avoid spoilers. But
I was a big Tolkien reader. I read the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, all the series of books when I was younger. So I coming from that background, I got Lord of the Rings vibes from the show right off the bat with the I don't want to spoil too much here, but there was a couple nice twists in the 3 episodes.
Right.
A couple twists. I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming.
And
so
they
it was very original.
fast.
It did. Very original. And, well, a series is good when you watch the first hour and you're like, on to the second.
Where you go, that was an hour?
I watched all 3 episodes in one sitting. It was
where you get to the end of it and you're like, I
Need
can't
more.
wait a week. Like, why are you? What is happening?
Yeah, just actually the 4th episode just came out yesterday or today.
Yesterday, yeah. It was
We watched it today. Yeah, so they come out
good.
every Friday.
Very high production value. I got Witcher vibes a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh sure.
From the Witcher series on Netflix. But never knowing anything about the story. Yeah, I loved it. I being a Lord of the Rings fan, I flowed with it pretty easily. I mean, my wife maybe would have had more questions because she's not really a fantasy reader. She reads more crime novels and stuff. So, yeah, I loved it. I love fantasy stuff like this.
Amen.
I eat it up. I eat it
and
up,
they
man.
did it so well.
So fantasy.
Because it feels fantasy. Like Game of Thrones was kind of low on the fantasy side until you got to like the dragons and the Night Walkers, but there wasn't like
medieval
big magic
intrigue,
moments with wizards doing crazy stuff and doing these things.
And Thrones was more of a character. You had to really get into each character. There's a lot of character building in that. That's why it was such a long series.
Mm-hmm. So here's a question that I have for you, because this isn't necessarily spoiler. It's your opinion. We know that the dragon is a big pivotal figure in this world. So, and Moraine believes that there are 5 individuals who could possibly be the dragon.
Yep.
So, coming from somebody who knows nothing about the books, who is your pick to who the dragon is? I'm curious about that.
Who's the character that's the clean white kid that gets duped? I don't want to get too far into the weeds.
The redhead or the...
He's blonde. blonde-haired kid. He's the one that didn't want to sleep with a certain person. You see him? You follow? When he was
Oh yeah.
caught
Yeah.
in the room.
Yes,
The
I know
room?
exactly who you're talking about.
That's who I think. I'm probably getting led down the wrong path, but that's who I'm guessing. I don't remember his name.
Okay. Rand.
Okay. Yep. That's who I think.
Okay. Brett,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? I just hit the microphone. Sorry,
okay.
I am very excited about this.
What? No, it's
can
not
tell.
one of your
I
most
can
favorite
tell.
things in the world is this show. Why would you be excited about that? Well, Russ, honestly, I thought it was fucking garbage, right? I hated every second of it.
You're just getting back to him about
It's
that.
just
movie.
like
All right.
the characters were boring. Like the costume was weird. Too many bright colors. Like Al Pacino.
What, you didn't
was
like
in
Al
the other
Pacino?
time. It was Jinx. You owe me a kiss on the lips. We just went to
I don't
the same
think he was
spot.
in it.
That's amazing. That's actually scary
callback.
that we both went there at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Great callback.
No, but honestly, yeah, dude, like there was moments that I was like, this is perfect. And there was stuff that I was like, that's exactly how I pictured it. There's a couple characters where I was like, that's not exactly how I pictured it, but like I get why they're the way they are, you know?
Right.
And then the really fun thing is knowing like the story going on there.
Right.
Is I could sit there and listen to my nieces and my wife be like, oh, look at this. I really like this. What's going on here in this village and everything here. And I'm like,
Just wait.
and sure enough, it happens. That twist in the first episode happened so fast. Yeah. It just hit so suddenly, and everyone just, I knew it was coming, and it threw me for a loop. And like the designs of all the bad creatures and stuff are perfect.
Oh man, the Trollocs.
The Trollocs are exactly how I pictured them.
And the
eyeless
Murdral.
one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so many different characters and locations. And well, the biggest thing, so I looked it up, they filmed it in the Czech Republic.
Yeah,
because the main thing was we were watching it and all of us were just like, I've never seen locales like this in a movie ever. And it was like, there's that beautiful gray mountain range, and through the middle of this mountain range, there's white beaches with a gorgeous blue river through it. And I'm like,
my gosh,
I've never seen something like that in my life. Oh my God, the locations are amazing. We kept talking about everyone's costumes. I love his coat. I love her dress. I love this frock. I love this whole, and like, it's so different than things you normally have because there's so many different, places for people to be from and in traditions and stuff. And it's just like, everyone's just amazing so far. And the story is great. The acting is phenomenal.
So good.
Magic is like,
Oh my gosh.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Oh my, it's just so perfect, dude.
It gets better because you guys haven't seen the 4th episode yet.
Yes.
It gets
I'm
better. There's some really cool stuff in the 4th episode.
There's obviously, something just like, Lord of the Rings, anything, there's things that happen out of order or get changed around a little bit.
Sure.
And honestly, like all of it, I went, I actually kind of really dig this as a visual media. That change makes perfect sense.
Right. Well, and that's so coming from my perspective, I've read the books, I've devoured the books, I've read them many times, listened to them. I know what this character does next. What they said. I mean, it's almost to the point to where I'm like, I know what they said here, right? And even names of places, because they've made significant changes from where the book was. The first one is that they're a lot older in this iteration. They're a lot older than, well, they're like 4 or 5 years in the
which makes
in the
more
books
sense.
They were like 16.
Yeah.
And they in the books it's approached much more from a perspective of they're innocent country folk that are introduced to this much wider world and all these different cultures.
Yeah.
Like one of the big changes, because this isn't spoilery, Rand and Egwene don't have as a closer relationship. They're still very much like childhood sweethearts, like but it's still kind of kept at a distance because of the cultural aspects, at that time where they would have never been unchaperoned, anything like that. So they're, the relationship is different. They're much younger, and like they get out in this wider world and they're like, whoa, people have sex before they're married? like to that point, like they're very innocent, where they approached it from a much more adult perspective in the series, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, they're speaking to a much.
I feel like
because in a book you can get into people's minds.
Yes, and
you can tell from a perspective and say, okay, this is the way they're thinking, while things outside are moving differently. And Rafe Judkins, he said very specifically, he goes, if we made them younger, it would have played as a young adult series.
Exactly.
And this isn't a young adult series.
No,
not at all.
This is an adult series, and it is, and it works perfectly. So a lot of the changes that they made are different. Like, there are very specific things that you wouldn't have happen at a certain maturity level that have happened in this book. Specifically, because this isn't spoilery, because you find out in the first 5 minutes, Perrin is married in this series. In the books, he wasn't married. And I can see why they did these things. You know, the changes that they made, they make sense, especially for this kind of media, because it's going to, like I was saying before, in the books, you could get inside their heads and say, oh, okay, well, this is why they're thinking this, or this is why they're doing this. But it's also, you've got 300 pages to tell a story. You've got 8 hours to tell this story.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. The first book is 40 hours long, read, right? On Audible, that's how long it takes to get through it if you're reading it out loud. So 8 hours to condense down these storylines and these story arcs to get the core of the characters, because that's what they did. They took the core of the characters and they said, okay, this is where we're going with this. And this is the story that we need to tell with them. So we're going to tell it in a way that's going to make sense to people so that we don't have to get inside their heads. And they did it so well. I love Matt and Perrin and Rand and Egwene and Nynaeve.
What about,
my gosh,
Rosamund Pike as Moraine?
Oh, my gosh!
So good.
Like, she does a great job on it.
When I saw that she had been chosen for Moraine, I was like, they nailed it.
Yeah,
she plays a lot of fantasy stuff. That's her. That's her thing.
But her look, her tone,
her look,
everything.
Yeah.
Because that's all I had to go off of at first.
Right.
But having seen her, I mean, it is Moraine. Like, that is Moraine come to life from the books. And I've watched a lot of, like, the behind the scenes, like the making of this episode, and the way she talks about it. She has obviously read this series.
Oh yeah,
several times, because she's picking things out of the books to play to her character, and it is gorgeous. In fact, there is an audio version of her reading The Wheel of Time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But it is just so well done. They chose the actors perfectly. You know, there was a lot of controversy because they were like, well, they chose a lot of people of color, right? Of people of different ethnicities. And that was a big thing for a lot of people. But even reading the books, like, there are lots of different cultures. And they've done it so
really
well.
Mentioned, you know.
Right. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Aside from a few characters where they very, very specifically say, hey, he had, you know, red hair, or he has, you know, black hair, you know, stuff like that. Other than that, it doesn't really matter. And I think what they did is they chose the best actor to represent, and they didn't care so much about the ethnicity. And I love that. I love that they were so much more, hey, we want to get the best actor who can play this. And it doesn't matter which ethnicity they are.
And there's representation for everything, which is like so fun to watch.
And we haven't even begun to scratch the surface. We've only encountered, you know, we've been in Camelin.
Yep.
For the majority. And in the books, I mean, you know, we see a lot of other cultures.
Oh, yes.
At that. There are a lot of other cultures, and they're each different. Robert Jordan wrote them each differently and very specifically differently. It was one of those things that he did really well, where it's this idea of it's a lot of different cultures and people and the way rumors travel. And then they included my favorite line at the end of the book, where it's like, there is no beginning nor end to the Wheel of Time in the third age. Or called the third age by some, an age yet to come, an age that's past. A wind rose in the mountains of mist. There's not a beginning nor an end. There was a beginning. Oh, It's because that's the way every book begins and ends in the series, is with that quote of a wind starting, and then it was neither a beginning nor an end, an age yet to come to pass. Because the reason it's called the Wheel of Time is because these iterations, these things happen and then happen again and go around and around and around. And that's the thing that made me... So I look at the Wheel of Time as not a retelling of the books, but a reiteration of the events that took place in the books, and then maybe this is the wheel has turned and come back around, so we can... It makes it easier for me. Yeah, thanks, Elmer. It makes it easier for me to deal with the changes because I'm like, oh, these are the different... This is this age coming to pass again, and it's so cool. And the channeling is done so...
It's so perfect, dude. The sound, the audio, the visual, the movements of it, like the description. Oh,
the weave, right? Because that's what they call it when
It's
you channel.
weaving.
It's when you're casting a spell, you're weaving that spell into existence.
Right.
And the first time you see it, and the threads of light that are coming up and doing the thing, and then when you shift perspectives, like Moraine is casting something, but you're not seeing it cast because they can't channel, or males can't see the female counterparts using the one power, using what's in the book is called Sidene or Sidar, right? Because there's... Anyway, sorry, I could go into a whole
Here
thing.
we go.
I won't.
He reminds me of Nosy when we talked about the Dune episode. Nosy,
Man,
just knew
I wish she'd had me
everything
on
about
for that. I'd have been the same way.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah,
it's-
fucking
yeah.
Dune, hell yeah.
Dune was so good, by
So
the way.
good,
But
yeah,
but
seriously.
the Wheel of Time is very good. Go and watch it because
100%.
it is
Yep.
so good, and I like where they're going with the story. They've introduced little changes, but they all make sense.
do perfect
Like there
sense.
was even in the most recent episode, it had me going, because I know the way the story goes in the
Yeah.
books.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going and I'm watching the events play out, and I'm going, what direction are they going with this? Like,
This
where
isn't
is this
lining
going to go? Are they going to go with the book? Are they going to do things a little bit different? Because there are a couple of ways that I could see it going.
And
You know-
they grab you right off the bat because I mean, a lot of these stories, they have a slow burn, like you said with
Right.
Hawkeye.
Mhm.
But I don't think they care with Hawkeye because you're a Marvel fan. You're a Marvel fan. You're going to
You're
stick
already
around and see
there.
how it
Yeah.
goes. But with a show like this, they grab you right off the first episode, and you're already wanting more.
Oh
right
yeah.
off the
Yeah.
bat.
100%. It was perfect.
The end of that first episode was just...
Like, all right, on to the next episode.
I've got
I gotta
you,
know
and
what
I
gotta know what's going on next.
Yeah.
And I
just-
knew as soon as they introduced the show, I was like, I know exactly where they're going to end it, because that is
Yeah.
the perfect
Oh,
spot
absolutely.
to end off on, to
Yeah.
encapsulate that in a first show and go, I got to watch the next episode. Like, I
Watched
can't...
all three straight
yeah.
through.
And it's so good. I can't wait to see. I mean, here's the thing. We're halfway through. And I know where the story's supposed to go.
Mhm.
And I know kind of what they've talked about with like how they want to do the first season and how they want, where they want to end it and how they're kind of doing things. And I am like, how are they going to do this in 4 episodes? Like, what?
Is there 8 episodes?
There's 8 episodes, and the last one comes out on Christmas Eve.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know what else comes out during Christmas time? Matrix.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the preview again tonight. I was like, can't wait.
So good.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited to see that.
Before we end with that, I just want to say, like, I'm so happy that we live in a time where
Yes.
a television show is such a high production media.
Yes.
Game of Thrones, the biggest thing Game of Thrones has given the world is showing that if you throw a shit ton of money at a television show, it's worth it. It's not a waste of money. You can put that high production value. You can get these big name actors. You can have these huge scenes, huge CGI budgets, and it works.
But the competition's so fierce now for audiences. I mean, 2-3 million people
But that's
watching
good.
the show
Yeah.
at one time. Yes, that's my point. And Game of Thrones, if anything, raised the bar. Everyone has to meet that bar now if it's going to be
Right.
considered a good show. So
And-
yeah,
I'm biased, but in my opinion, The Wheel of Time is better than Game of Thrones.
Well, I mean that's true. I mean that's a true.
I'm
statement.
biased. I know
I'm-
where the story's going.
I haven't read the book, so I'm a little unbiased. So
Right.
we'll see.
I think Game of Thrones. Well, and here's the thing that I think the Wheel of Time has a little bit of the edge on.
Mhm.
It's an already completed series
That's true.
Oh.
The story's it's done. The story's done.
because we saw that in later seasons where it was like, what direction are we going? They
Let's
used
make
George
it
R. R.
up.
Martin, but then kind of
he
interpreted
still
their
hasn't
own
finished it.
things. Yeah. Whereas this one is a completed story. Also, Rafe Judkins, man, the showrunner, he is so passionate about the Wheel of Time. He has fought to keep Brandon Sanderson and Harriet Jordan there because Robert Jordan's dead. So Harriet Jordan is his wife, and he has fought to keep them there as consultants for the show. And that's a big thing. I mean, a lot of studios are like, you're a wild card. We do not want the authors involved at all.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And he has fought to keep them in there. Everything that I've seen him do so far, it is done with passion and articulation. And I think if they keep him there, they've got magic. They've got lightning in the bottle. And I think because Jeff Bezos, I've read it multiple times, he wants a Game of Thrones.
Yeah, absolutely.
And-
He wants his Game of Thrones.
I think he's got it in this. And then they've also got the Lord of the Rings
Yeah. I'm very excited to see how that
show
comes
that's
out.
coming up, which I'm excited about as well. But the Wheel of Time, it's always held a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
It's finally here.
Wait, we've been talking about it in the Discord for like the last year and a half. So like,
I know.
it's here.
It's here, and I'm so excited. Okay, I'm sorry. I will stop talking.
Don't
about
ever be sorry for being passionate about something, dude.
That's right.
The only thing you should apologize for having shitty opinions about Dick Tracy. Anyway,
There's your title.
that. Shitty opinions about Dick Tracy.
Jinx, you owe me another kiss on the lips.
Anytime.
All right, hell yeah. All right, well, before we get out of here, which we need to get out of here because I have to go to work at 7 a.m. again.
Oof.
My season is here. So yeah, story time. My child singing it right now would be a thing that's happening, but
Soundboard's not working?
soundboard's having issues. So story time is a thing we do on the show every week since the beginning of time of the show. Where we all get together and we tell a story in gaming. We get very nostalgic here on the show. It is a segment we really enjoy, especially with guests who get to tell great stories, you know? And Russell, do you happen to have something for us this
I do, actually.
Let's start you off here, brother.
So I was actually playing God of War the other day, and this is more of like I love my wife. So I'm playing God of War, and she's kind of doing some stuff and then kind of watching it on and off, and because I usually play, and normally when she sits down and she's ready, like, she's not a huge gamer. She's played a couple of things. She got really into Shadow of Mordor because she's a big Lord of the Rings fan. And I was playing God of War, and she's kind of watching me play it, and she goes, if I start a new save, will it disrupt yours? I'm like, I don't think so. Not on this game, because like Shadow of War, it did. Like you couldn't have two congruent games going at the same time. And so I was like, I don't think so. Why? And she goes, because I think I want to play this. And I was like, yes, you do want to play this, because this is a freaking awesome game. I was like, I think that you'll like it if you play it. And so she was like, yeah, I think I want to play this. That was it.
Oh. Well,
I mean,
good.
it wasn't like a but it was like this is
I hope she
cool.
does play it.
Like,
That's cool. That was Assassin's Creed for my wife. It's the same thing. Where
Really?
they look at gaming, and then it was Assassin's Creed 2 when we first got married. I was playing it.
oh sure.
And she just happened to be watching it, and she's like, "This is like a whole story. Like, this is a movie." I'm like, "Yeah, that's the kind of games I enjoy playing." Like, she had no idea that those kind of games existed. She, like, growing up, she watched Kenny play, and it was all, JRPGs or first person shooters and stuff. So like to watch a whole like actual movie. So from then on, like if I was playing Assassin's Creed 2, like she'd pop popcorn, sit in the chair in the corner, and just watch me play. Yeah, same. It's such a cool moment when they go, "That's a really cool thing. I want to experience that."
Right.
Yeah.
It validate. It's like you don't really need the validation, but it is kind of like
it is nice.
It's nice because you're like, hey, this is something. It gets me excited because it's like, oh, this is something we can bond over and talk about later. You know, like
Yeah.
when she's sitting there watching The Wheel of Time with me and she's getting really into it. And now she's listening to the book on Audible. And I'm like, yes, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
What do you got for us, Gator?
I don't have any stories. I have 2 stories. They're short. When my wife and I were first married, we didn't have a lot of money. We had just bought a house, and we put everything we had into the house, and we were house poor, you could say. And entertainment was, I don't think we could afford cable at the time. Entertainment was scarce, but I had a PlayStation 2, and every night after dinner, we would always look forward to this. My wife and I, she would, like you said, grab popcorn, and she would sit behind me and watch me play Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and yeah, she see, just saw your message. And yeah, we used to. I can still remember the times, and I knew I loved this woman when she would sit there and go, "Oh no, 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 not yet. You got to let that guy pass first. You
Oh, I
can't.
love
No,
that.
I know you want to go now. You can't.
That's
You
so
died
awesome.
last night this same way. You need to step put." I'm like, okay, okay. My second story is back. Oh boy, think Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I'm thinking circa 2006.
COD 4, I'm going to look it up right now.
COD 4, 2006 maybe.
COD 4 was 2007.
I was close. All right, 2007. Trying to think how old my son was, but he was very young. But he had an Xbox 360, and he loved Call of Duty. And I was trying to think. I would think I was playing like adventure games, like Nathan Drake games, and
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
adventure type games. And I never got into shooting. And I have to credit my son because he kept pestering me and say, "Dad, you've got to play this game. You're just going to be blown away by this game. It's called Call of Duty." I'm like, "Call of Duty? Nah." Well, he never let up. I think on the second or third week he kept bugging me to play it. He goes, "Listen, I'm going to load it up on the PlayStation. Just jump in and I'll tell you what to do." I said, "Okay." So I jumped in the very first map. I literally, the noob shooter. They're standing out there pointing their gun up in the
He
air,
didn't even
then
start you in
down
the
at the
campaign,
ground.
really. Ooh,
No,
that's
no,
rough.
he threw me right into multiplayer,
Damn.
and I kept dying. I think I was 0-30 that game.
Yeah.
I think, and I mean, because people always ask me, Gator. A lot of our people in our Discord are trying to get better at PvP, and I say this story because there's a lot of people who think that you just are good at PvP. You just
Right.
jump in and you're good at shooters. I can guarantee you every streamer, every content creator out there started exactly where I started, aiming their gun up in the air and then at the
Mm-hmm.
ground, not
What is
knowing
this?
what the hell to do. And I've just applied myself, and I have to credit today. The reason I still play first person shooters and at a competitive level is I want to keep my hand eye coordination as I get older.
Yeah.
I want to keep
Mhm.
my brain sharp. I want to keep thinking ahead. As I'm a chess player, I'm always thinking ahead on moves. And when I play PvP, that's what I'm always thinking about is future moves, what a person's going to do. So I have to credit my son for getting me to play COD 4 back in 2007.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, I would probably not be here today. You wouldn't even be talking to me right now.
That's so
So
cool.
thanks,
I
Kim.
love those moments. Hell yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
man. Let's
good
get your
stories.
son on his show sometime.
He's a trip. He's going to be on our show first of the year. Yeah, Cam.
Cool.
Yeah, he'll be on our show first of the year.
Hell
We
yeah,
were
dude.
going to have him this. We were going to have him before the end of the year, but he just got a new job. And he's just been a little crazy.
Well, congratulations
sure.
to him. Hell yeah, dude.
Yep. Yep.
For me, my story. So my last Apex tournament, my wife actually played on a team with Just Glad to Be Here, a past guest of the show.
Mhm.
And so when the tournament ended, my wife had to go start like getting things ready for bedtime, right? and we were doing all our wrapping up of stuff, choosing our MVPs, talking about who won the tournament, going over the points and everything. And someone came into the chat and told me, your daughter's playing. And I was like, what? And so we go back over to Just Glad to Be Here's channel, and my daughter had picked up the headset from where my wife was playing and was sitting there. They were dropping in, and I just hear my daughter's voice going, what? Where are we going? What is this? Where am I? What's this? They're shooting at me. Someone help, And so like, they're just being so patient and like, come follow me here, press this button to do this. Here's fantastic. A gun, if you see something, come and shoot. And it gets to the point where it's on the PlayStation. It's on my wife's laptop. You can play Apex everywhere now. So we're sitting there listening, and all of a sudden my son wants to play. So I go in there and hook it up with him. And so it's Just Glad to Be Here playing with both of my kids. And everyone's like, don't end the tournament, like don't end the stream. So we're sitting there still in our shoutcast form, and we've been drinking heavily all night. But we're just sitting there watching her guide an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old through a battle royale, my daughter picks it up a little faster. My 4-year-old son is just giggling and sissy, look at this, and goes and jumps off something, Yeah. But yeah, it was
starts singing.
It was so cool. And then, a team attacks and we're all getting super, I will fucking murder you. I will find out where you live for shooting my son, and I will come to your house and I will rip out your spleen. Don't shoot my son, And we're all getting so defensive. We got to hunt down these players that killed my kids, But yeah, it was just crazy to tune into a channel and hear both your kids, playing Apex, which is a game you love,
Save that clip. Save that clip.
Oh, it was so cool. I'll post the clip somewhere.
Yeah. Save it for when they're older and they're
absolutely
playing a lot more video games.
Yeah.
And they'll be playing on VR by the time we're older.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I won't understand any of it.
See, I'm thinking it's augmented reality. I think that's where it's going to be.
Oh, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
I'm playing on Oculus Quest 2 right now. I play Beat Saber. It's just like, think of Guitar Hero. And
I love Beat Saber.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, dude.
It's so cool.
I'm like, can't wait for this to get even better.
Okay, you know who Adam Savage is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever watched his YouTube tested?
No, I haven't.
Not, no.
I haven't. No.
He actually, because he does props and everything, right? That's where his background is. He made actual lightsaber handles.
Movie props?
For his Beat Saber, so that it actually felt like lightsabers.
Oh, that's so badass.
And he shows you how to do it. So he shows you his process and everything that he did. I was like, hey, I tried this, it didn't work, so I decided to make my own. And because I guess he travels with it, he'll travel with it and play it.
Great.
That's
so
cool.
he made lightsabers that actually feel like real lightsabers, so that when he's doing it, he actually feels like he's got a lightsaber.
I tell you, VR has come so far. You have to plug it into a console and stuff to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the Oculus Quest 2. Mm-hmm. I literally just put it on and it says, hey, let's play. Draw your outline, make sure you're on a flat floor, make sure you got some decent lights, and boom, hit the menu and you're playing. Doesn't matter where you are.
See, I'd be so down for that. And things like Dungeons and Dragons, if you could build.
I have a Star Wars game about. Yeah, I have a Darth Vader game. You literally feel like you're at Disney watching.
Oh yeah.
I've seen reaching over to touch Darth Vader. You're like, it's crazy, dude. You're trying to get a key to let a guy out of a jail so he can get the hell out of it. And you're in a ship, and it's so realistic.
I can't wait to see where that technology goes, because
it's going to be cool.
They're getting really cool, but when you can actually reach out it's there, because they're getting so close to that.
Well, they're already at a point where it can scan the whole room you're in and implement it into the level and stuff.
Yeah.
And like,
as I'm playing Beat Saber, I tend to move up because I'm lunging and stuff. And all of a sudden your screen will just start saying, okay, you're almost out of your boundary. You're getting close. So you just back up a few steps. It's so easy. You hear about people getting hurt and stuff. There's no reason they should get hurt.
Yeah.
It's so safe now that you do. And I'm not even getting into shooters yet, where you can actually aim your controller and pull the trigger and shoot.
Oh yeah,
it's so
crazy stuff.
The one thing that I really want to play in VR is Skyrim. That is one of the.
There's big spiders in that game. Nope, no, thank you.
with the
Well,
spiders.
I'm good. Thanks, though. Appreciate you.
The thing, so I was watching. I think it was like Outside Xbox or Outside Extra or whatever, and they were playing Skyrim, and they were like, the cool thing is you can like put your hand over here and shoot a spell this way instead of having to look in that direction. You can just
You just do it.
And that is the one thing I want VR so I can play that, and then Resident Evil 6, I think is what it is.
Oh, I've seen people play it. It's no thanks.
See, I would be all for it because I'm like, yeah,
watched
terrify me,
videos of that.
terrify
Yeah,
me.
Crazy.
I'm good.
I want to wake my wife up because I'm screaming.
I didn't want to play it when it was 2D. No
Yeah.
thanks.
I hear that.
Those monsters are scary, man. They come out of the hallway, just start running at you. Like, no, I'm out. I'm out.
See, I make my wife so like like I have to convince her to watch a scary movie with me, and then I'm like, we have to watch it with the lights off, and we have to watch it in the dark, and she's like,
It has to be in the middle of a lightning storm.
yeah. She will not watch half of the movie. She will keep her eyes down, and she'll be like, "What happened? What just happened?" So I have to describe the movie to her as it's happening.
I love it. All right, well, I'm going to put a hard stop here because I have to work in the morning and I also have to poop.
It's only midnight. You're good.
Not for me.
6 a.m. comes very fast.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sleeping in tomorrow.
I would too. I don't blame you at all.
I'm gonna treat you like Dick Tracy.
Oh.
You promise? Like, are you going to treat me like Madonna treated Dick Tracy? Or
Oh.
I'm gonna handcuff you to a pipe, steal all your gadgets,
hell yeah!
throw a baseball through your window.
Oh yeah! Is that it? What is that a euphemism for something?
I'm gonna put my big fake chin on.
Big boy did it. Big boy did it. That was Dustin Hoffman, by the way.
Is Big Boy?
Yeah, big boy did it. You know when he's sitting there, mumbles. The guy who just mumbles all the time.
Yeah.
been a while
Oh,
since
that
I
was
was
Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dustin Hoffman. Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, Gator, dude,
Thanks, guys.
brother,
It's fun.
this was really fun to do this joint show tonight. I really enjoyed it. And we covered, we got really into a lot of topics, which is exactly what I thought. We got Russell through the speed run. We did some community questions.
Yep.
It was a beautiful time, brother. Just
I
as
got
you
to
are a
interview
wonderful
guys.
person.
Yep. It's a great show. Thanks,
Absolutely.
guys, thanks for agreeing to do this. This is the first time we've done this. I mean, we've had joint tripods before with our other fellow podcasters, but nothing at the same time. Like 2 different formats in the one same. You and Hazel.
Hell yeah. Well,
was
give us
fun,
all the
guys.
plugs, brother.
I'll be at a
throw it
tripod
out.
with you
the plugs.
anytime.
I know there's usually a voice over thing that you guys recorded, but you can do it for me.
No, I had a couple of announcements in our
Yeah.
Discord. We started Scrim nights, and when I say scrims, it's friendly competition.
Yeah.
We do it on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. We meet up in a voice chat in our Discord, and there's a rule set. You know, certain guns you can use and can't use and stuff. But we've done it 3 weeks in a row now, and it's been fun. A lot of fun. Just want to mention that every Monday nights at 10, Hazel puts that on. It's a lot of fun. And next week we have our clan cast. That's Friday, December 3rd. We have at least 10 people already signed up. So it's going to be a gigantic podcast. Probably another 4-hour one. No, just kidding. Maybe not. Yeah. Okay. My name is Gator. You can find me on Twitter at Todd the Gator. Remember, that's GATR. You can also find me on Steam and PS5 as Gator, all caps, GATR. And don't forget those underscores. And I'm on YouTube, Gator, GATR, or Gator-Guardian Downcast, where we post our episodes actually every week as well. And we have all the other Instagram and all the other good stuff. Just go to guardiandowncast.com and that'll tell you where to go. I thank you guys.
That was
Great
beautiful,
time
man.
tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Russell, where can the good people find you, brother?
I don't even know. You can find me on this thing, Discord, at Jekyll7250. You can find me on Twitter at drjex. That's JEX 72590. I'm relatively frequent. I mean, if you respond, I mostly talk about the Wheel of Time, Dungeons and Dragons, or post my artwork.
Yeah, that's really good artwork. Follow for artwork.
The occasional.
It is good though. It really is.
I try to be more
You're a talented guy.
prevalent.
Yeah.
It's a lot of practice. It is not all talent. It is lots and lots of practice and lots of this.
But it pays off, man. Seriously, your work is fantastic.
You're beautiful.
Thanks, man.
I just want to snuggle up into that beard.
You're more than welcome to anytime you want.
Grab you by the chin, pull you down to me.
Yeah, do it.
Swipe your glasses off.
Oh, yeah.
Bend you over, ride you like a rodeo.
Fuck yeah. Save a horse, brother.
Ride a cowboy.
Ride a cowboy. Yeah.
Well, then I'd need to ride somebody else. Maybe save a horse, ride a rodeo clown.
Yeah, that works.
Get you in that barrel. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us for episode 111 of Just Some Guardians. When we do the show, we are live at twitch.tv/JustSomeGuardians, Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Come on by, hang out. We had a lot of people in chat tonight. We got to put a lot of comments into the show from it. It was super fun to see everyone hang out and support this joint show from both communities. It was great. Just go to our website, JustSomeGuardians.com. Embedded there is the audio feed, is our Twitch, is our YouTube, all that stuff. We're on every platform you can think of. And if you haven't thought of it, we're also there. I promise you.
We're also big in Egypt.
We're also, for all our Egypt listeners, we're glad we're back. It's good to see you.
We love you.
Yeah, we're down for that live show at the Pyramids anytime. You reach out. We're down.
Mm-hmm. Or wherever. I mean, I'd show up to a crack house, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we would definitely do a live show at a crack house. That's the thing we would do.
Not including lodging and airfare.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, no.
Yeah, get in touch with our lawyer, Laz. As for myself, I'm ELMMERFUDD. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all those places at ELMMERFUDD Games. M-double-D. And I highly recommend getting into the ELMMERFUDD Discord if you're playing Halo. We have big groups running all the time in Halo. Throw up in the LFG channel you want to play. People are there. It's been hopping. It's been popping. It's been awesome.
Don't actually throw up. Just
don't do
chat.
that, though. Yeah. Don't be Hazel. Don't throw up.
Good point.
Yeah. Gator, you said you got the closing?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
take
Hold my
us
beer.
out?
Join us next week on Just Some Guardians for mutual chaos and utter incompetency.
Oh, he did it!
He did it way better than I do.
Wow, brother. It's been a long time since we've had a guest could do that.
I did my homework.
Holy Russell, he did his homework.
That's more than I do.
Oh, we gotta do his now. Guardians out.
Yeah, Guardians out.
Right?
Wrong show.
Oh.
That show's off the air now.
Get toddled, motherfucker.
That's better.
Okay, all right.
And later, Guardian.
And that's a show, my friends. We did it.
I'm gonna guardian you.
That was
Guardian the Guardian.
Guardian your loins. What?
Guardian my penis.
That was fun, guys.
Hell yeah.
Guardian is my penis.
Oh, fist of havoc, your dick.
A fist of havoc is my dick.
Tickle fingers, your ass.
I'll tickle your finger.
What was that weapon that shot the white sticky ooze?
Oh my god.
It was a grenade launcher. And it
Oh,
shot
yeah.
sticky grenades.
The sticky grenades. Yeah, we had fun with that one.
Oh my
that was a
God.
good episode.
But
trying to remember what
the
that was
worst
called.
audio we've ever had.
Fuck,
But
dude.
one of the best.
One of the
episodes, I
best
think.
things. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought the audio was good tonight. Real good.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Ariana's vow to kiss you on the lips. Does that work, Russ?
Fuck her up, Buttercup. Who's vowed to kiss me on the lips?
Purple.
Ariana.
Ariana Grande?
I wish. It's going to be like anarchy in your ass.
I want it that away. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache. I'm going to get
Tell me why.
with my Mida mini tool.
What was that? That was another joke that I think we made was the Mida Mini tool.
I'd rather have the
I think
multi.
that's what I ended up switching over to. I think that was the last thing that I was using was the Mida Mini tool in Destiny. It's been a while. Been a while.
It's been a while.
Blow my sunshot all over your face.
Don't
Jump in here
threaten
anytime,
me with
Gator.
a
I know
good
you got
time.
these. You know the guns.
Oh, I know them. I just don't have good, funny quips about them.
What's the stare me down with your Cyclops? No, that's what's the
Cyclops?
I don't know.
Cyclops?
I thought there was one that had a
Oh.
Cyclops, or is
The
that
third eye mask? Third eye?
that'll work?
Oh, the
I
one-eyed
got your
mask.
third eye mask.
Yeah.
The one-eyed mask.
There's another one. Oh, hold on, I got it here. I got it. It's called the the one-eyed mask. Never mind.
Yeah.
I think the last time I played Destiny was the Dreaming City.
Wow, that's a while back.
That sounds about right.
Well, when they started doing like this seasonal thing where you had to pay for each thing,
Yeah, they
had to-
definitely got more expensive. It's more nickel and dime. But some people wanted it a la carte, so they did what they wanted, and then people said, "Well, why can't we just buy it in a package and be done with it?" Now they give it to you both ways.
I like it both ways.
They give it to you both ways.
I hope you're okay with an average guy because my D is tiny. Destiny, but my D is tiny. Russ.
Hey, Drafty, how you doing, buddy?
Damn it. I was really proud of that one.
You know, the Traveler kind of looks like an anal bead.
He does. He does.
A lot whiter now. Must
Yeah.
have cleaned it off.
Yeah, I think that was the last thing that I. Yeah, no, because the Traveler woke up at the end of the vanilla campaign of Destiny 2.
Yeah, he got really clean at the end of was it before Beyond Light? Damn, I played too much Destiny.
Beyond Light. So what was the one? It was the one.
Remember they had the
directly-
live event at the tower. Remember, and the
I remember
there
that
was
being a thing.
There was like a
It was-
big explosion or something happened. Big battles in the
Explosion.
air, and then all of a sudden then all of a sudden the Traveler was like intact. It's like all the pieces that were flaring around it all of a sudden came together, and it was a stronger.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
I think it was right before Beyond Light. God, my time flies.
It was right before Beyond Light because there was the thing at the end. So it was what was the one right before Beyond Light? Because that was the one where you go into
I'm
the
thinking Shadowkeep?
Doritos.
Oh, that was Shadowkeep. Was the one where you went into the Dorito ship and they made a copy of you and talked to yourself? Yeah, that was Shadowkeep.
And then I think preceding Beyond Light is when they did the Traveler event.
Yeah, you're right. That was last year. Yeah.
I don't know how I know that timeline, but
Well, they had a live one where the remember the big ship was burning and went over the tower. It was a live event. I think that was the
I
Planet Eater or something. God, I can't remember the name of it. Kingsley.
the Leviathan.
No, it wasn't the Leviathan. It was the I think it was the Scions. It was the it starts with an A. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, they sabotaged it and it was gonna land on the tower and blow us up, and somehow it went over us and landed somewhere in the EDZ. We never knew where it went.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I would really like to find out like where
Oh, the
Destiny
Almighty
is
yeah.
now.
Almighty.
Because
Almighty. Thank you, Kingsley.
Oh yeah, the big thing that was over by the
Almighty.
sun.
That was a great
Yeah.
one.
That was the thing that was eating Nessus, remember?
Yeah, yeah. I'd
Hey,
like.
Gator,
Yes, sir.
I got a question for you.
What's up?
Are you Tanix? Because you can be in my house.
Send me the plane fare, man. I'm ready.
All right. Hey, Russ.
I'd come out.
If you were Oryx, would you take me?
Ooh.
Only with my sword.
All right. There's some good
your
ones
sword.
here. There's some good ones here.
Yeah, but I'd like to find out where Destiny is at, because I know the Dreaming City. I know the Wish Dragon thing, kind of. I never got to do that raid.
If you started diving into all the lore that is Destiny, your head would spin.
Oh, there's so much.
I've been getting the condensed books of lore. I'm on my 4th book. It's actually, they just said it'd be out before Christmas. They'd have it at my house delivered. So, yeah, I love reading those because it at least condenses a lot of the lore passages into a theme, so you get a general picture of what's going on.
Sure.
So, but
well,
if you started diving in, it just goes everywhere.
I just want to understand what's going on, because now we can use stasis, which is a darkness thing.
Mm-hmm.
So are there a group of guardians who have broken off? Do they have
haven't done
ghosts anymore?
They haven't done that yet. We see, a lot of us thought we would go light and dark guardians. A lot of people speculated that's what this new season would be, but so far they haven't done that. It's a good idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be, there would be definitely some interesting PvP kind of stuff that they could really tie
right
in
now
with that.
To catch you up. Mara Sov's come back at the Dreaming City, and she has encapsulated Savathun into a crystalline form, and this whole season we've gone back and forth talking to her, and man, she's really getting into it. So I know you gotta go to bed, Fudd.
How much does an exotic sniper weigh?
God, I'd hate to ask.
Enough to break the ice. How you doing?
Oh, damn. That's a good one.
I like that one. That's actually a good Destiny pickup line.
That's a great one. We had a question about Destiny pickup lines, and I've actually got a soundbite of each of us doing ours. It's Hazel. I got a good one from Hazel. At the end of the year, I can't wait. I love putting all the sound bites for all this season 3, which we start our seasons at the first of the year.
Yeah.
And the whole season at the end, I put all the sound bites to music, or at least a bunch of them from all different kinds of people. I have so much fun doing that because you can just reminisce for the whole year, all the people that were on our show all year long. It just gives you a reminiscence of.
Oh yeah.
It's great. I love doing it. So can't wait to do it again.
If we were playing Control and the other team had A and C, would you be with me?
Yes, sir.
I'm literally going to shit my pants. I'm ending the stream.
All right.
I love you all, stream people.
Love you guys.
Thank you for hanging out.
Around.